Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Trigger Mike on the Lapeef Network. It is a Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Shout out to everybody that's coming through nationwide and international. Thank y'all for coming through and rocking with your boy here on the greatest network on YouTube, which is the Lapeef Network. How y'all doing, man? Tell me about your weekend. Woo. Tell me about your weekend. It was a good one. We went swimming yesterday. We did something on Saturday, but just family stuff and work. You already know how it go. Weekends aren't work for young families. I mean, probably for older families either way, but we're a young family. Weekends are always work, but it's all good. It's all good. Got shopping. Their feet are growing. They need new sneakers. Y'all already know how it is. I don't got to tell y'all. But shout out to everybody for coming through to the Trigger Mike show today. I appreciate you. I see everybody in the chat trickling in. Just wanted to wish you a happy Monday. Greetings and thanks to you for coming to the best show on YouTube. I think my show is the best show on YouTube. I'm sorry, I do. For people who like to talk and get down to the bottom of things and really chop it up with people who are not really like-minded, they have different opinions and can actually state those opinions out, I think this is the best show on YouTube. All right? I'm a newcomer here. The numbers will one day show that. So I have no problem saying that. But I appreciate everybody coming through. We got nationwide viewers on the East Coast. What's up, New York? What's up, Philly? I heard y'all had Philly had something happen on I-95. I was like, I-95, that caught my attention. I-95 is the lifeblood of the East Coast highway transit system, okay? I-95 goes from the top to the bottom. From New York, like, I think, like Canada, like the tip, all the way down to Miami at the bottom. So, yeah, that was, when I saw that, I read I-95, I was like, oh, they better fix that. They said it might take a month or some months or something like that. But shout out to everybody in Philly. Hopefully everybody stayed safe and nobody was affected by that terrible accident that happened out there. Make sure you like this video on your way in. Make sure you like this video on your way in. Like and subscribe to the Lapeef Network if you have not. I appreciate that. All right. Share this out. All right. Share this content out. I'm definitely becoming more consistent again in the mornings. I work all morning long, and then for some reason, everybody wants to send me emails at night and projects that I gotta oversee. So I do all of that at night anyway. So I'll be here religiously with y'all in the day. If I happen to have some meetings that conflict between 12 and 2, I may take a day off, but I'm always happy to be here with y'all. So let people know. Share this out on your Instagram, your Facebook, your YouTube, anything to let people know this is what you're watching to get you through your workday. We always have good and amazing topics for you. I try to keep it juicy. I try to keep it in the realm of what y'all want to talk about, some of the contentious topics that everybody else is afraid to talk about. I try to give y'all that on this show. I would like to give a special shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley. All right, 30% off along with a free gift. That is in the description. Make sure y'all go ahead and grab you a Teej pack today. All right, grab one today. Stop playing around. Father's Day is around the corner. Shout out to the sponsor, Teej Hanley. That is uncomplicated skincare for men. I know a lot of people that use it. They have amazing results. JR himself uses it. He has amazing results. And they have a bunch of customer reviews that you can go look at so you can have the same confidence those men have in that product. Once again, make sure you get that Teej pack, 30% off along with a free gift. The link is down below in the subscription. Today, just stop hesitating. Take your skincare seriously, ladies and gentlemen. I have my own skincare regimen, and I will be switching over to Teej. It's just on this bottom razor bump side, I got a little bit of medical stuff that the VA sends me. So once I'm finished with that, I'm grabbing my Teej pack as well. So there's really no point for you to not to grab one right along with me, and we can go on this skincare journey. I think it's pretty dope when men start taking care of themselves in ways that we weren't necessarily, doing in the past. I just feel like as you grow up, you start to learn. As you learn, you start to perform better in life and start adding, value. And I think the way you look, especially the health of your skin, it's not even the way you look. Let me take that out. That's just the benefit of good skincare. Having healthy skin is the point. All right. A lot of bacteria can grow on skin. You want to make sure your hair and your beard is growing out appropriately and all of that. So make sure you grab that Teej pack. The link is down in the description. We appreciate everything they do for us here at this great network. Support the show. If you would like to support this show, please send a super chat. We always appreciate Those monetary contributions for everybody that support to the Lapeef Network and the Trigger Mike Show. Your support is always noted. Thank you so much for that. Again, I watch a bunch of different shows. I hope y'all will drop some support on this show as well. That is always my hope. That is always my hope. I know some of y'all think I don't need it, but networking these productions do cost money, and the person putting on these productions works extremely hard. So I want y'all to support him. Support him by sending a super chat to the Trigger Mike Show and let us know we're doing something if we are doing something on this show, providing you with great content that you would like to hear. Once again, hit that like button on the way in. Who we got in the chat today? Who we got in the chat? Who do we have in the chat? Mr. Passion and Romance, what's going on? He says women. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Women. All right. Anissa, what's going on? Men, hands down. I don't know. We'll see. But I want ladies. Ma'am, I don't know what that picture was supposed to be. I ain't with it. Jill Chocolate Boutique, welcome on this great Monday. Thank you for coming through. My man Quincy, what's up? What's up? All right. Lindora, how you doing? Bench Presser, what's up? What's up? Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, what's going on? That might be a page I need to check out. My man, AP, what's up? Postmaster, what's going on? MS Best, welcome. Happy Monday to you. Hope everything is going well for y'all today. Who is at work? Who's just chilling at work? My man Quincy said his birthday was yesterday. Happy belated birthday, bro. Happy belated birthday. Love to see men growing older out here handling their business. My man Scam, the accident was caused by single moms. You on it early. You are on it early. Mahalia, what's going on? But men clearly. Okay, the women think it's men. I think we need to take a scientific approach to this. I'm going to drop the link because I have a short monologue. But of course, as with every topic we have that could be as contentious as this one, we want to know the truth. I want the God honest truth, and I want to know what you think. And we don't want to just break it down from what we think. Let's break it down scientifically. All right. So I'm going to give you my synopsis on this. I'm going to talk about this for a little bit and what I think, why I think what I think. And if you have listened to me long enough, you know that even though I'm going to say what you think I'm going to say, I'm going to try to put my reasoning behind it. I'm going to try to give you a detailed explanation as to why I think what I think. All right. And hopefully I will convert some of you over to my side. I don't expect the ladies to really be honest on this one. I think we are such victims to what is projected out there in the world for us to consume. But I really want to know your opinion outside of what has been constructed by throughout your life, what you've heard. I want y'all to really think about this because the question and the topic for today is who cheats more? And for those of you who think this is just a BS topic and it's just contentious, this is actually extremely important. One of the milestones that we have to hit as a human race is we need to stop subjecting ourselves to preconceived notions and things that were developed just simply as talking points with no real data, statistical analysis, or truth behind it. It's just something we assume because it's been said. There is so much going on that front where people will just say, this is what I've heard my whole life, so I believe it. That's actually very dangerous. Think of all the preconceived notions that you have in your life simply because your mama said it, simply because your dad said it. You never took the time as a child or a teenager or even an adult to process that for yourself. You just heard the people around you saying it. So you adopted that ideology as well. That's very dangerous that some grown people don't know how to think for themselves. That's why I want to have this discussion on this topic today, because it's really going to help you understand things. If we can really get down to the bottom of it, we can understand relationships dynamics better. If we can get down to the bottom of this. Some people are saying, Oh, this is a BS topic. Who cares who cheats more? Obviously, this is something that's important to know because it's going to help and assist women in the way that they view men in relationships if they understand their own nature better. One of my biggest criticisms of modern women is that they claim to understand male nature real well, which they still don't. They understand it the worst than any woman has ever understood it. But they spend so much time trying to understand or trying to purport their notions of men onto men and correcting men that they forgot their own nature. They go against their own nature all the time. They don't even understand the true nature of women. And for them to be successful in life and relationships and all of that, you have to understand your own nature. I think that fathers do a good job, families do a good job of helping and assisting individuals with that. As an individual, you have to understand your own nature. I thank my father for being so hard, like raising with an iron fist, because if I knew nothing, I know what I'm supposed to do as a man, right? I understand my own nature. I understand what things mean. I understand when to go crazy. I understand when to stay stoic. All of that, all of that is important, right? Functional, productive human beings understand their own nature. And I believe if we were going to be honest on this topic, you need to understand the nature of men and women before you give your opinion on this topic. All right. So who cheats more? Those of you who have not given your opinion, who cheats more, men or women? Before I start my little monologue, and I'm going to drop the link again so y'all can come up. Before I start my little monologue, who cheats more, men or women? For those of you who haven't said anything. So far, the men have said women, the women have said men. If you have some details behind why you think of a short synopsis about why you think what you think, put it in the chat so we can read that. But what's going on to everybody? Welcome. Everybody coming in, thank you for coming to the Trigger Mike Show on the Lapeef Network. Please hit that like button on your way in. Show your support. Send a super chat if you can. I'd appreciate that as well. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it because I had thoughts on this. So the question and the topic for today is who cheats more and why? I just explained why I feel like it's important. It's a topic about human nature. It's a topic about societal norms. You know, I just like to trigger people with the actual title. But if we're going to talk about it, this is about human nature and societal norms more than it is about winning or disparaging anybody for their behavior. So I want to make that clear really bright and early. That's what this is about. And I want to explore this topic from all angles. Let's define what cheating is. I got this definition from WebMD. I didn't even know they define things like this, but I really like this definition. So this particular definition, the source is WebMD. Cheating, also known as infidelity, is when a person in a monogamous romantic relationship has an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else without their partner's consent. Simple. Simple. Some of the other ones were kind of wild. And just so y'all know, infidelity is not the same as cheating. It went on into an entire other explanation about why cheating as we know it in relationships and infidelity are not necessarily the same. I suggest you go read that. Always good knowledge, right? Always good to expand your knowledge on these type of things. So understand that cheating and infidelity aren't necessarily the same thing, but on WebMD, just type in cheating in relationship definition WebMD. You'll probably see the source that I pulled that from, and underneath they go in deeper as to why cheating and infidelity are not the same. But let's continue. I'll read the definition again for those of y'all just coming in. Welcome. Cheating, also known as infidelity, is when a person in a monogamous relationship has an emotional or sexual relationship with someone else without their partner's consent. Simple enough. So, although there's a technical definition that we just stated, let's go a bit deeper on this. I think cheating isn't just defined by an action. What do y'all think? It isn't just defined by the act. I'm trying to go a little deeper here because I think if you ask a man what is cheating and you ask a woman what is cheating, how many answers you going to get? How many different answers? At least two. You're going to get at least two different answers. Okay? Jocelyn says, I can't pick a side. Both cheat in some way. Okay. Okay, very measured response. I like it. But I don't think cheating is just defined by an action. Let me know what y'all think about this. I don't think cheating is just defined by an action, but rather by the feeling experienced by the person doing the cheating. Try to roll with me on this. It is not just an act. It is about the feeling experienced by the person doing the cheating. Let me explain my reasoning behind this. I feel like a man, now we're going to talk about men right now. A man finding out that his woman or his wife or whatever was texting another man and he could see that they were starting an intimate, emotional relationship, a man can be like, yep, that's cheating. She's cheating. She's cheating. For real, for real. Because that's important to her. All those times she was in the phone giggling. All those times she did not know that she was reading and making facial expressions in front of him and all of that. That was him. I knew something was off. Because it's that feeling. Right? So a dude is going to take offense to that once he finds out. Now, personally, let's go over to the women's side. Personally, for most men, this is my opinion. Men, let me know if I'm wrong. Remember, this is a community. We can talk, contradict me. This is what we do on the Trigger Mike Show. Personally, for me, as a man, I do not think anything is cheating for men until we've poked a hole. Until we've poked a hole, we have not cheated. Am I wrong? Let me know in the chat. I know the women are going to go nuts. I know they're going to be like, no, you're texting, you're doing all that. None of that means shit to me. It don't make me happy. It doesn't make me joyful. I don't even text my own fan. Like I'm known as the big brother that don't text. What is Mike doing? He never talk, but I'll pick up the phone if you call. I just don't like talking on the goddamn phone. Okay? Talking on the phone means nothing to me. I'm not sitting here giggling on the phone. I want some ass. If I decide I'm going to take that route, nothing means anything to me other than the cheeks. So I'm not cheating unless I smack the cheeks, unless I get some cheeks, because nothing else means nothing to me. Nothing else. Not dinner, not sitting smiling in her face, listen to her corny ass jokes. Men do that shit so we can spank the cheeks. That's all we want to do. So that's all a woman should consider cheating. I'm sorry. I know y'all are going to be triggered by that, but it's true. I told the men to let me know if I'm lying. Take a look at the chat. You can clearly see I'm not lying. Clearly see I'm not lying. I found text messages and y'all seem to be really buddy. This hurts my feeling. Like, man, it means nothing to me. It may mean everything to her. It means nothing to me. Unless you get the cheeks, men really don't think it's cheating. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stick with that one. So let's talk about it. Who cheats more, man? I'm about to read y'all responses. If y'all want to talk about this, let me know. I just dropped the link. But let me give you my reasons. So I'm going to give you my synopsis on this. Who cheats more? Women. Women do. But let me explain. I promise you, just stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to explain this to you in detail. I think women cheat more. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you know you're an intelligent man that can actually break this down in detail. I'm not just saying women cheat more. I'm going to break this down for you. Women cheat more. Let me break it down. Here are the key reasons. Women have access to cheat more. Women have access to sex more. I don't know what y'all been told. It is extremely hard for most men to get sex. It's extremely hard. There is a very, very, very small number of men that can pull off a one-night stand, that can be attractive enough, have the swagger, the ability to approach, the game to talk with, to get a woman to sleep with him extremely quick. Very small number of men. This is why all women are smashing the same guy. This is why if you put 20 good-looking women from the same, in fact, put 20 women in the same club. This would be a dope study if I was still doing stuff like this. Put 20 women that men find attractive in the, like, let's do 7 in the 6 to 8 category, because that's who people, well, 6 to 9 really, because some of the good-looking ones be the biggest hoes. I ain't gonna lie. The 6 to 9 category. The 10s be trying to save it. The 6 to 9 category. Women that have been to a club 5 or more times, and then really good-looking, well-dressed men. Don't even gotta have money. Just gotta look like what those women want. Put those dudes. Put 20 of them in the same club. And let them point at everybody they slept with. You will run out of hands. All of them have slept with one or more of those people. Oh, him. Oh my God, what he doing here? That small group of men have slept with all of those women and more women. It is extremely hard for most men to get sex. So when y'all say men cheat more, how? Women can walk outside, lift up your shirt and say, I'm horny. I give it 5 minutes. First off, they're going to think it's a joke. They're going to think, what's that dude that used to catch people or trying to do freaky stuff? They're going to think he's Chris Hansen. They're going to think Chris Hansen is around the corner. So they're going to make sure he's not around. Hey, come here. I will service you. Please come on over. I will service you. That's all a woman got to do. Now, reverse that. Let a man do that same shit. The cops are going to show up. He's going to jail. Men do not have access to sex to cheat more than women do. We don't. It's a lie. If anybody told you that, it is an utter lie. What you keep seeing are the men that are able to get women doing the most of the screwing around here. I promise you. I promise you. Why you think women always fighting over them? Because y'all screwing the same dudes. Now, another key reason why the world thinks men cheat more than women do, why women think men cheat more than women do. A key reason that is because men make better side pieces. Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about and you know where I'm going with this. Men make better side pieces. We make better, more compliant. We listen better. We follow the rules better. We make better side pieces than women do. Women always want to change the game up. The worst part about it is that women will tell you, in order to get into the relationship with you, they will tell you they are down. They don't want nothing but some sex. They will say everything to get you to start. The second they start to feel jealous of your woman at home, they're going to do whatever they can to break that shit up. They are non-compliant side pieces. Their emotions wreck everything. Let me tell you something. Because, I mean, most of the men here, we're grown, right? We've all done it before. Not to anybody married. So you're a piece of shit if you did that. Unless the woman didn't tell you, right, that she was married. But you had a woman that had a dude. You ain't know the dude. And she basically told you, listen, if you trying to do this or what, that's usually how y'all do it. Y'all try to be a little, you're like, listen, man, I just need you. I don't want anything. I need you to do this. I need you to be here at this time. I'm going to come into your office at this time, but I don't want it to go anywhere further than that. A dude is going to be like, so let me get this straight. Let's run it back, fellas. Let's run it back. A dude is going to be like, let me get this straight. You want me to blow your back out Wednesday nights. No relationship. I don't have to call you. I don't have to take you on expensive dates. Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Any dude that is put a 1 in the chat if you're going to sign that agreement as a single man, of course. Put a 1 in the chat if you're going to sign that agreement. Like what? Just to ask. I can literally just hit you from the back and pull your hair. And just have you screaming out here and get my nut. And that's it. That's it. A man will do that until both of y'all are in the grave. What the hell is wrong with you? I ain't saying nothing if you ain't saying nothing. We are the most compliant. You will never see anybody follow a directive better. A general couldn't give an order that will be followed better than that. That man don't even need your phone number. He gonna delete it from his phone. So he don't even dial you by accident. What? What? That's all you want me to do. I don't even get why women don't understand this. Men make better side pieces. That's why women cheat more. That's why you don't hear about it. Now, let's play a little game real quick. Who this is actually very common. And remember, I worked in the hospital system. So for those of y'all that think men cheat more, boy, you better take inventory at these workplaces. For those of y'all that think men cheat more. Tell me the name of, now, you know what, let's not even do that. I'll make that into a question. But I did drop the link, and let me get these other reasons, these other key reasons out the way while we're having the discussion. So remember, we've gone through it so far. I think women cheat more because women have access to sex more than men do. He said work bae. That's it. Work bae, work husband. She riding that dude in the utility closet. Fuck out of here. My wife would never say it. I don't even like the joke. She would never say nothing like that around me. But let me hear somebody else say it. Let me hear somebody else joking like that. Oh, it's a shame you had to quit your job. No, let me stop. We don't speak such things into existence around here. All right. We said women have access to cheat more because they have access to sex. It's easier for them. Literally 1,000 times easy for you to say you want sex and get it same day. Shit, same hour. Let's stop playing. Sex is extremely hard for men to get. Men make better side pieces. So those are the 3 key reasons we've laid out so far. Now, here's something that is a little more methodical. It took me a bit of more time to develop this next reason. Although men are more impulsive, because I had to look up who is more generally impulsive. Because men have higher levels of testosterone. So I went researching all the way down to the science. It's not like men are making the decision all the time to be more impulsive because we have high levels of testosterone in our body, right? We both have testosterone and estrogen, but women have higher concentrations of estrogen, men have higher concentrations of testosterone at any given time. This is what makes us men. It's what makes us act. In fact, it's what makes us attractive to women, is a bit of this impulsivity that I'm talking about. So men generally tend to be more impulsive than women are, but we don't have the ability to act on that impulse. So if you wanted to have a discussion with me and say men have the impulse to cheat more, I would agree with you. I would 1,000 times agree with you because scientifically we are more impulsive. Plus, we are, we trying to get it in. That's a man's sex drive was designed like that. Women, if you had these high levels of testosterone and this appendage that I'm carrying, you'd want to put a hole in the wall too. So I'd like women to sometimes look at it like that. Chemically, you don't understand the way we are because you ain't set up that way. All right. So we have higher levels of testosterone. We are more impulsive. But the reason we don't cheat more is because we don't have the ability to act on those impulses. Now, here's the curve that I'm going to throw at you with this one. When women are confronted with a situation that can satisfy her need to be happy, she is more likely to use that as an excuse to violate her romantic agreement. Think about what we talk about in this YouTube space. Happiness. That's all women talk about. Happiness. I'm not happy. And the one thing that we know, and especially for those of you who grew up traditional, if like your people were married, your aunts, your uncles, your mother, your father, you heard your older cousins, because for some reason older cousins knew all the tea. Is that what y'all call it? They knew what was going on in the relationship. Everybody's relationship. And they would try to explain it to you as a kid, but you didn't understand until you were an adult. And the one thing that you realize from a kid all the way up until when you grown, a woman will use her not being happy as an excuse to commit and violate your ass every fucking time. I'm not joking. A woman will, I have seen it, and I'm talking about my own experience here, okay? I have seen a woman tell her husband or try to disparage her husband for financial infidelity. You hiding money from me. You didn't tell me about these expenses or these debts or this, while she's hiding thousands of dollars, like thousands, enough to put a down payment on a house, her damn self. While she got 2 accounts he don't know about. She's literally telling the whole family how dishonest you are. But because her mama told her to keep something for yourself in case he decided to leave you, you got 2 accounts. He bought a motorcycle, or I'm sorry, he financed a motorcycle. He bought a few guns. That's what most of my homies are doing. They buying a few guns and gun parts, and they like, I don't want to talk about this shit. I do what I want. This lady got $50K. She went off because he had $1,200 worth of unaccounted for expenses that he didn't tell her about. And she got $50K somewhere. So remember, a woman will use her happiness or her own method of thinking to violate the agreement and think she is justified in doing so. Please remember that. That is why women cheat more. If she believes that you're not holding down your end of the bargain for any reason. And men, let's be real. Let's be real about this. I see you in the back, Triple Black. Let's be real about this. Whenever a woman is unhappy, we automatically rush to blaming that on the man. But when I tell you that my opinions are not formulated from my thoughts alone, I go into Facebook groups like the Marriage Club, and I read those posts in there. I go into other groups for married people. I go into my own circle and we talk. When you get real data back about why women do this stuff to men, the men never did anything wrong. Most of these men, he was working more to save for their house or to save for a bigger house. He was working more because she was complaining, so she stopped working. And because of his absence, she started cheating. Because he's working 16 hours a day because she ain't want to work no more, or she had a medical diagnosis. He's not here. He's not touching me because that man exhausted. She'll start cheating. But because she's not happy, not only her, but other women will justify her doing that to you. That is why women cheat more. They will justify anything based off of their happiness and personal feelings. Men don't have the access to cheat. We don't have the ability to have women to have sex with us like that. And we can't justify the wrongdoing that we do most of the time. We can't justify anything wrong that we do, which gives most men pause. Even if we have the impulse, we have the inability to do anything about it. That is why women cheat more. Triple Black, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? What is going on, man? It's
chilling.
crazy that you're on point for so far with everything that you're saying. And it wasn't until that I got out of my first long-term relationship that I realized how much they cheat. I had no clue. I was so blind to it. And one of the things I started, if you start dating a woman or you have a woman, one of the things that they do, and I didn't realize this was being done to me, is they set up that plausible deniability. That's when everything is plausible deniability. Like they'll start having like these little seeds that they'll give you, but in their mind, they're it's like they're trying to talk to you, right? But they'll put it in some type of code to where you can't really decipher. So that's their justification right there, right? And they always have that infrastructure. They always have the sisterhood behind them. They have the girlfriends that will justify everything that they do. So when they actually do it, they'll be like, well, you remember I told you this? Oh, you remember? Oh, you worked. They always have that plausible deniability in place. Like even when they want to flake on you, right? Like when you first start a woman, she'll put like, oh, you know what? I might have to go into work, or oh yeah, my friend, or the friend, or how they introduce the dude that they're really seeing, but they act like they're not seeing. They'll say like, oh yeah, my childhood friend, or yeah, such and such, my cousin is flying into town. Like those little things like that is plausible deniability, because when they get caught, they can always fall back on like, oh, I told you about it. I wasn't happy. Oh, you don't. They're always planting seeds. Always planting seeds. If you remember from relationships, like think about it. You remember from relationships like that you had before, and then things started to switch up, and you can see those seeds that were planted before things started to switch up. Am I right or wrong?
No, you're right. That particular, that was actually genius, bro. I can't lie. That plausible deniability explanation is how. So that's actually pretty genius, bro, because that's insidious. That's evil. And I think when most men listen, when I listen to, we naturally have heard. Everybody has heard because women talk a lot. So every time they get hurt, they literally tell everybody. When men get cheated on, I told you I have homies that have been cheated on by their wives, well now ex-wives, that didn't say anything for years, even after the divorce, as to what happened. And you thought, the relationship ran its course, and she cheated, multiple times. They will tell you how they put together that plausible deniability so they could blame him for her doing it. Like, yo, it's crazy to me, especially because of the life he's living now with his new wife. This lady did not want to work. My homeboy had a wife that did not want to work at all. So already pissed him off. She's educated, by the way. She's educated, but she had the two girls, decided she wanted to sit on her ass and told him to deal with it. So he says, all right, in his field, he's in IT. He went and got all these certifications because he said, all right, that's cool. If I'm going to be the only source of income, if I do these certifications, which his job offered to pay for, and then I think one he got to pay for at a reduced rate. Like I gave you that example about somebody working all of these hours, right? So he had to go to an actual place for that. So he wasn't home. He'd leave out at 6 a.m., wasn't back till 8 p.m. He'd do work from 8 to 4, would be at the little classroom thing from like 5 to 8 for like 2 years straight to get those certifications. So throughout that whole time, that lady just got a boyfriend. Just had a boyfriend on him. And then he said, dog, she set it up to blame me for not being at home enough. And he said, dude, she would literally, I would be home ready to, he would be there ready to make love to his wife. And he didn't think she was cheating until she started to become disinterested. Like, yo, I'm telling you, they actually do that, which I think is very evil. But Humble, what's going on with you today?
How you doing, big man?
I'm chilling, Chief.
Yeah. For me, you know, I would say this: when you get your wife, when you get a wife, I recommend every man, you know, to train your wife the way you want her to represent you outside. I've heard some people talking about you can't train your wife because she's not a kid and stuff like that. For me, I say no, because my wife, she works. And there was a time when something happened in my household where I told she had some money stacked up, exactly what you were saying. She had some money stacked up. So when I needed a break, to take care of some business because I was handling my business. So I needed her to use her money to take care of some business. And she said she don't want to touch the money. I was like, what? Why you don't go then what is the money for then? She expected me to use my own money to do this, to solve her own problem, because she was the one that I need to solve the problem for her. But she wanted me to use my own money, and while her money is sitting down in the bank, I told her, I said, no, we're not gonna work like this, because if you can help me when I'm down, there is no need for you being here. See, there's no need for you being here. If you can help me, if I need a break, so that you can help me, cover up some space for me while I need to refill. If you can't do that little stuff, then there is no need, because I've been doing this stuff for like over going to like 4 years now. But I just asked you to do this little thing. Just take care of this bill for in like 2 months. Take care of this stuff for 2 months. Then I'll come back and I'll go. Everything gonna switch back to normal. When she said that stuff, then I sat her down. I said, listen, let me tell you something. This is how we gonna run this stuff in this house. When I need help from you, I need you to be there 100%. I don't need you to say you want to save your own money. This is your own money. This is my money. No. Or my money is our money. Then your money is your own money. No, it's different. I said, no, we're not gonna roll like that. We're gonna do things different in this house. So, and ever since then, she has been, acting real good. And anytime I tell her, hey, go take the money in your bank account, take care of this stuff, you know, next month I'll take care of you, I'll take care of that stuff. All right, all right, all right. So ever since then, we never had that problem. For me, I'll say you coach her, because they come with a different address. You are the plan. You have the plan. You are the man who have the, the dream. You are the leader. They're following you because if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a plan, and if you don't know where you're going, guess what? They don't know where you're not leading anybody. They don't know where they're going either too. So for me, I set the record straight. I set it straight, and ever since then, everything has been going so smooth. But when it comes to cheating, I don't know. I can't say anything about that because I've never experienced something like that. So, for people who has experienced stuff like that, they can, they can chime in on that. But for me, the money part, I experienced it, and I set everything straight. And I told her, this is how this house is going to be going from now on. If I need a break, I need you to chime in. If I need a break, I will tell you, and you're going to sit down there and drive that vehicle. So that's my own 2 cents in there.
Nice. All right, Mr. Rich, who you got?
Hey, hey, what's going on, man? Hey, listen, I agree with what you're saying. I've been that way for a long time. Access means anything, and it means everything, especially when it comes to sex. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, we hear you fine.
One of the things that we say in this so-called manosphere, in this space, the bubble that we're in, we always say that women control access to sex. But I don't think anybody really delves down to understand what that really means. Because men, with their egos, think that they're getting laid as opposed to the woman giving them something. And the women, because they don't want to take accountability for their womb, they always say it takes two to tango. And the truth of the matter is, if a woman doesn't consent for you to stick your Johnson in, then you ain't sticking your Johnson in unless you're committing a criminal act, right?
Yep.
And so everything else is secondary to that. So women, so here's my evolution. I put a super chat in there about this. In the advent of the pill and the growth of extreme feminism, women cheat more than ever. And it's just a growth kind of thing. And you see it. And the reason why we didn't know in the past, back in the dinosaur age as much, because they cheated a lot back then, is because they were more discreet. Now women don't give a shit now, right? They're talking about people peeing on them, shitting on
Oh
them,
no.
eating salad, They're doing all kinds, so they don't care if they admit that they're cheating on their man. They talk about having rotations and all that kind of stuff. And I heard B. Taylor on the Lapeef Network say, I got a rotation of men, and try to give out the impression that she ain't stroking. She's stroking each and every one of those guys.
So
So women are just like, it makes sense, right? Men from the age of 18 to 30, 1/3 of them ain't getting not even getting laid.
not getting laid. That's
And
what
the
I'm like.
men
Cheating
who
with
are,
who?
that's right. And the men who are cheating, they ain't just cheating with single ladies, they're cheating with married women. So even if men were cheating, and here's my other thing: women are master projectors. Everything that they hate, they project on the other people. So when we get the most ratchet hyenas on this damn manosphere, they come on and say, well, my biggest thing is a man cheating. And every single one of those girls is probably drinking from another man's straw, right? They're sitting out here telling us, oh man, the worst thing that happened to me is cheating. And everybody knows that's bullshit. Because women are used to sharing men. They are. And the reason why men who can't stand, really forgive a woman for cheating, because in our imagination, we know that this guy's busting her down, right? If I have my wife ever told me I cheat on her, our relationship is over.
Yep.
Even if I don't leave, right, or something like that, we're never going to be the same. Never. There's never. It's a road that she can't recover from. And a lot of women, no matter how ratchet they are, they kind of understand that. They know there's a different dynamic for them cheating on a man or a man cheating on them. And you see this. I'm gonna land on this. You see the relationship with Destiny and his girl Melina. Destiny, the blue-haired white boy, right?
Oh, I don't.
And okay, so they have an open marriage. And he touts that, but it's really her who wants one. And so he's giving up all his masculinity to keep her happy. and she's drinking from all kinds of different men's straws, right? And so so Abra and Preach, I think it was Preach, I think that's the thin one. He picked it. He started dancing with her. It became like a meme all over the internet. It was an innocent dance, but the blue haired guy was mad as hell that Abra was dancing with his girl right behind him, right? So you knew that he really doesn't accept the fact that she's getting stroked and bust down by different men, but he's only accepting that because he wants her, and therein lies one of the problems with men. That sometimes we want women so bad, we'll put up with the most ratchet shit that they'll do. We just do. And we're idiots when it comes to women. And I don't give a shit what man comes on here and starts saying, oh, this and that. Men are complete freaking idiots. Look at Zion Williamson. He got 3 ratchet assholes that he's dealing with. And the porn star is mad at him because he's cheating with another woman, and she's doing threesomes and bukakis and sperm all over her face and shit, and she's mad at him because he got another girlfriend.
I mean, to me, the fact that we're even giving validity to that BS, it kind of makes my head hurt at this point. Like that lady even had the audacity to come out and say, to even try to make it seem like Zion Williamson was doing something. I mean, he's wrong in general. For those women should not have access to him.
Absolutely.
So
not.
if I was his like OG, I'd be like, you've embarrassed me. Like, in fact, I'd have to cut him loose. There's no helping him at this point. He's already done the worst he can do.
But what you agree, their wiring is similar. They're wired like that. They're wired like that because the thing about it is, you remember that Travis Rudolph thing, right?
Another one.
Yeah.
The woman was on the stand, right? And the lady asked her, "Did he know you were married?" And she was like, "No." And then she's like, "Well, he never asked." Like they're wired like that. They think that they can't see it. It's a blind spot. I remember I had a situation like that too. I didn't find out until she sent me a picture. Her dumb ass have a fucking wedding ring on, right? And I was like, "Why you got a wedding ring on?" Oh, she waffled and I pinned her down, and she finally admitted. She was like, "Well, I'm still married to him because you know what I'm saying? We're still getting the military benefits." I was like, "You couldn't fucking tell me this? You know how you put my life in danger right there."
Yo, I told you same thing happened to me. And I stayed at the woman's, like, her husband was a truck driver. And I woke up like looking at the pictures in the hall on my way to the bathroom. And was like, yo, the recklessness is what till this day I still have that like feeling of this dude. Like well, heaven or hell, whatever the hell I was going, he could have killed me in my sleep and I would have understood. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, I didn't know she didn't have a wedding ring on, and the worst part about it is she was the aggressor. Like, so because my homeboy was talking to her homegirl, I was actually talking to another girl, and I was like, "You have a good night." And I turned around and started talking to her, and she was just like, "Well, I mean, shoot, if you want to come back through." So she's while her husband's away, she's just doing what she's doing, and that was my first time being like, "Yo, are you kidding me? You got a whole family. Not even, you didn't say go to a hotel. You didn't say go to back. I have my own spot. You didn't say come back to my spot. You took me back to your spot in the bed where your husband lay his head." That type of disrespect, that dude could have mauled me in my sleep. And I would have, after I'd figured out what the hell was going on, I would have understood. That's crazy, bro. EBD, what's going on, my man?
Chilling, just listening to y'all, man. Yeah, I get it. Cheating in marriages and relationships. Cheating. We call it. I mean, it's just sex with somebody else, but we attach these labels to make it seem, I don't know, it's kind of convoluted, right? You can't really, like in the Destiny situation, right? They have an arrangement in their situation, so she can never really fully cheat because he's either aware about it or he's there or he's okay with it, right? I think when we talk about cheating, we're talking about pretty much the lying and the deceit, right? The deceitfulness. You're married, everything's going well. At least that's how the relationships always start out, right? They're both on the same page about something. Give it enough time, one starts to lose interest, one starts to fall apart or fail. Maybe work picks up, and that sacrifices the personal time. Same with kids too, right? Your attention's all about the kids. It's not really about you and your sex life anymore. So that kind of falls to the wayside. So one or the other usually will typically lose interest. Sometimes it's the men, sometimes it's the women. But the cheating, mostly the quote unquote word cheating, would imply lying, deception, and betrayal. Pretty much betrayal.
Yep.
2023. It's not. I mean, it's better to sit down and talk about it like a couple of grown-ass adults rather than one picking up everything and packing a bag and leaving, right? Because who's to say in your next relationship after that and another one after that, it's just going to be a cyclical pattern and you're going to get sick and tired of it. It's better to sit down and work through a relationship because, first of all, that's what the marriage is all about. It's supposed to be sickness through health, rich or poor, cheating or not cheating, things like that. Like it's supposed to, your marriage is supposed to outlive all of your BS and problems. So it's really about the commitment at that point rather than, you said this and you said that and you were at her house and you were at his house. Nah, you need to squash all the back and forth and sit at a table and hammer this thing out. Because sex is very important for both parties in order to maintain a healthy relationship. So if one person's lacking, you need to talk about that. If you want to open it up for a while, in my case, in my community, you open it up for a while. She gets her rocks off. He gets his rocks off. The door is completely open. And then at a certain point, that door starts to close. And then you guys work on yourself and this and that, and the marriage continues. So yeah. It's just a longer, more complex conversation to be had rather than he's a dirtbag and she's a whore.
Hey, can I ask you a question, EBG? Let me ask you one question. In the Destiny situation, right?
Yes.
With Melina, who do you think is getting a little bit more out of that? I think she's getting all she wants out of that, and he's just going along for the ride. And did you see the Abba and Preach dance? It was an innocent dance, but he took it like if I wasn't here, she would be on his knees servicing me Johnson, drinking out of his straw. And he was hurt. He was butthurt. They tried to placate him, and he was just out of it for the rest of the whole stream. He doesn't like that situation. He doesn't like that. All right, I just want to know.
I remember I saw that, and I think they were on whatever podcast. Destiny was on the whatever podcast, and they were kind of roasting him about it. It's like, but he was sitting right there while they were doing whatever, like right behind him.
It was an innocent dance, but it's not like behind it though. His mind was gone. Because he knew if he wasn't there, I guess that's Preach. I don't know if that's Abba or Preach.
I forget which one.
I think it's Abba.
Yeah, but even if the situation, okay, so
I'm watching it right now. He took his wife for a spin.
I get what you're saying, Payne.
But even let's just say even if it wasn't an innocent dance and they wind up going to the bedroom or the back room or whatever, if Destiny's okay, if Destiny's okay with it, then it's really nobody's business at that
point. Payne. You should have asked me. You know I would have answered it straight for you, EBD. And I feel like Trigger be playing both sides of the fence like Abba and Preach.
What do you mean both sides of the fence? You think Destiny?
Yeah, you know damn well who that man is. You know he don't enjoy that shit. Come on now, Payne. We grown ass men.
All right. So
EBD, call that shit out.
No.
You be talking white. Nah, you be talking white. I be seeing you playing both sides too. You be acting like Abba and Preach too. Call that shit out. We grown men.
What are we calling out? Wait. What are we calling out?
You know damn well Destiny didn't like that shit. A black man dancing with his wife.
Let's just
come on, Payne. I know what you're saying. You had motherfuckers don't be want to agree with you and shit just because we on TV. Payne, we nipping that shit in the bud.
Go ahead, EBD.
All right. So look. So coming from where I'm coming from, I come from a lifestyle community. I've been in this lifestyle for like 20 years, and I busted down a lot of wives with the husband right over there.
So he wasn't gonna say that shit till I called him out. You beat that
Send me
shit.
a redacted list of names so I can make sure some people aren't on it. Okay.
Yeah, but so there are certain men who are married to these women, and they do get off seeing their women pleasured by other men. They're
I'm
just
not
out
one of those
there.
guys.
I know. I'm not saying
I know you ain't triggered.
I'm not one of him.
it is not every man, but there are men that let.
No, I know that. I know that.
You know what I mean? So unless we're talking about, we're talking about Destiny because he's a YouTuber and things like that. But beyond Destiny, there are other men who have absolutely no problem. I'll go to the man each and every time, the husband rather than the wife, because I don't like the fact that if I'm busting down somebody else's wife and the man don't know about it, that's shady. And then the man comes after me, not his wife, right? So I always go to the man first and be like, "Hey, this is your wife. This is what it is. You know, is it cool with you?" And then after all that, wait. After all the negotiation is handled, and me and man has it on the same page of understanding, then everything's a green light.
Yo. So
I've
been tricked into one of those situations once.
I know you have.
By the
I know you have.
Be very clear about what the after party means when people invite you to those type of things, and they're usually older. I think it's middle-aged men that have that type of thing. And then I was young. I was 20, 23, 24. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking having a good time. That man's wife's lady, that lady's hand came across and I turned around like, oh, who is this? Like, hey, your husband over there. Look, so I get what's going on, but I also want to be so after it was explained to me, that's one thing, but I want to be a fly on the wall when you are trying to explain to a husband, like, hey, look, so hey, just want to make sure you sober. All right, me and your wife about to go in here. Look, I just want to see that process happen. So please give me an invite to the next event. I would love to see it.
It's funny.
I can't imagine.
I've seen this thing in live. Like the only time I've ever actually been to one of those things, it was me and a couple friends got invited, and we thought it was gonna be totally different. And it was a bunch of old white people, and there was one other black dude there, right? What was so hilarious about it, right? Like there's a cowboy dude, right? And his wife was probably the finest one in there, right? She's going around to everybody, right? And just dancing on everybody. The moment that black dude went over there and started talking, it was over. He went right over there and snatched her up out of there. Like, nah, you can mess with everybody, but you're not messing with him. You're not messing with that black dude. It was one of the funniest things I ever seen. I was just like, you don't mean to tell me he can dance on everybody but him? Come on, man. Get out of here.
He knew what time it was.
He knew it was no coming back from
He knew there was no coming back.
There was no coming back from that. And to be quite honest, anybody who's even been exposed to that a little bit, I think that penis envy is a real thing you see played out in real life. Some white dudes understand that women have a natural, like they have this natural that they can claim that they don't even a white woman can claim she doesn't even like black guys, but they all secretly, and in fact, I think it's most women of all races want to get their ass nailed to the wall at least one time by a black dude, and that takes all men. That gives them a little bit of a bit of jealousy towards black men. And it doesn't even matter. Like most black men are unsuspecting. Like, what's going on? No, these women at least once want you to pull their ass in that back room, take them by the neck, and nail their ass to the cross at least once. So I've heard. But anyway.
And we have terms, right? There's a whole, so in the community, there are terms for everything that you want to talk about. So if we're talking about white women who only like black men, you have Queen of Spades, right? They're the men that they marry or the men that they're involved with, if they're okay with this and they understand that their wife only likes like black men, these white guys, they're called Jack of Spades, right? So yeah.
Let me write this down. Hold on.
Yeah.
I need to know who the Ace of Spades is. Go ahead.
Now Ace of Spades is a different term. I'm not even sure that is a term in the community as of yet, but Queen and Jack definitely are the man and woman, usually a white man, white woman, that that it is agreed upon that she's only going to get serviced by like black men.
Damn.
And the marriage is kind of it's not built on that, but the relationship that they maybe once had becomes this in order to sustain it.
And
they even got a slave term too,
be
right?
Exposed to this two ways. So anybody that's ever messed with a white woman, I don't think it's I don't think I would have known it until I had it explained by a white girl as to why she only messed with black dudes. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, I heard her explain it to somebody else. She just did her hands like this, and she was like, it's like a rhythm thing. It was hilarious to hear her explain it. Because I wouldn't have known. I'd have just thought all dudes hump the same, all dudes talk the same shit, all dudes got the same weird behaviors, twisting hair. She's like, no, it's just a rhythm thing. I was like, oh,
it is.
I don't know. So they think there's something different going on back there.
I think they call black men bucks too, or some type of buck.
Yeah, either depending on the age, right? Bucks or bull. You know, they're different terms depending on the age of the person that's servicing the wife.
That's some slave stuff right there. That's
wow. Let me get these super chats read real quick. AP, my man, much love to the brother showing love. Appreciate that. Quincy, $5. Always a pleasure, good brother. Once again, happy belated to you. Mr. Rich says, in the advent of birth control and extreme feminism, we have increasingly women have increasingly caught up to men when it comes to cheating, especially in the way they feel comfortable admitting it. And the worst part about, let me add to that. They don't admit it when asked outright. So we can never, ever rely on raw data numbers where they go and survey people, because women know there is increased shame attached to them cheating versus a man. A man who's not cheating, like who's cheated in the past, like I have no problem saying like, oh, I think I cheated on at least 50% of my girlfriends in the past. Like you see what I'm saying? Like I had absolutely no reservation doing it. I had no crisis of conscience doing it. I just did it. I have no problem saying that about my past. I don't think women do it. I think they know.
You were right 10 years ago, but that's not true anymore, Mike.
No, but what I'm saying is that if they are married, like now there's more trifling women, but they still lie. They still lie about a lot.
Yeah, but it's not like it wasn't.
Well, this is what I'm saying. They lie about things that are going to get thrown in the court of public opinion. They won't lie to their homegirls. They won't lie in a group where they can feel like they're sexually equal to a man. But in the court of public opinion, I think they'll still lie.
Well, but only thing I'm saying is the new data is coming out in new books and publications on married women actually talking about cheating on their husbands. You can even get that kind of data even in books and magazines.
You can, Payne.
No, now you can. Now you can.
You always could, because they always left trail marks and paperwork. I said that on like the first beginning of like one of my first episodes. Payne, you remember I said men always leave a invisible paper trail and shit like that. Like it's always been recorded. I don't know. What was the show? Fucking Sex in the City. The producer sat there and told us that they've been lying to women for over 25 years just to sell a product. 25 years, that ain't 1% alone, just in business wise. 25 years and you in business, you can admit stuff like that.
I hear you. I can't argue. I think we're on the same side on this one.
We are on the same side, but Payne, did you notice EBD wasn't going to admit to the Destiny shit until I called him out on it?
Admit to what? What are you talking about?
That women be doing them little poly relationships, sleeping when they man know.
I'm aware.
You're aware.
Ashton. Let me just no. I'm 20 years into this. You're not teaching me.
I know you.
anything.
I know you. And I know you. That's why I call you out.
Anything?
Payne.
You're not calling me out on anything.
Payne. So why it take him so long to answer your question about Destiny White cheating? You know damn well he don't like that shit.
I don't know. I don't know. Destiny.
I know you know that. I know you've been in a lot of those little situations. Come on now. I
What
know you. I know,
situation?
Little
you think I'm sleeping with white women with blue eyes that's married? Come on now, EBD.
I
I know
married
you the
one.
type.
I married a white woman with blue eyes.
So
That,
you
that
agree with me.
EVG is
What are you talking about?
EVG
But yeah,
alone.
I'm not.
You think I'm calling you out?
So Destiny, in his situation, right? Whatever situation that they got going on, right? I think it was at one time open on both ended, right? She's
I
getting
think it
more
still
attention,
is.
and
It still
yeah,
is.
yeah. But she's getting more of the attention and able to go out and sleep with men than he can, right?
No, EBD. What? No, EBD.
Hold on.
What I'm saying is, you know damn well that man. You have been in a situation where that man was secretly mad as fuck, sitting in that chair while he was watching you bang his wife.
Secretly
At least,
mad in the chair.
hell yeah.
You can't really hide anger.
Okay.
You just can't. If someone if situation's going on with your wife with some other dude and you're not liking it, you're kind of stewing. You're not kind of happy or have a blank stare on you're visibly kind of frustrated or angry or fucked up about it, and people will
You
let
look,
you know.
and
They'll
you
let
will
you
do
know.
your best. All right.
We can put this to bed. The truth of the matter is, to me, it was almost an innocent dance. But in Destiny's head, he's thinking, he just revealed how he really feels about this polyamorous.
Yeah, well, I watched the video and I looked at it.
Exactly,
I
Arpain.
have been gifted with the ability to read thoughts through facial expression, and then so here's the funny part about it. You see, he was sitting there like this, trying to focus on whatever he was doing and look behind his head.
Trying to act like he don't see that shit.
Like, what the hell going on here? So he revealed everything he felt about that exact situation going on. Because the funny thing about it is that these idiots sometimes you have to be all. So that's the thing. I have absolutely no criticism. I live the way you want to live, especially if it's something that you accept fully.
Right.
But you can't. So this is the worst part. You can't be both open and reserved about a certain part of it. You gotta be open and open
to all of it.
So I know dudes that are like that. They literally be like, man, fuck it, man. You want to have sex with my girl? I don't give a fuck. And they really don't care. But you can't be like saying it to appease her, but still trying to keep your image of no.
Right.
So that was him completely losing that ability. That's why he's sitting there like, I just watched the thing like 3 times while y'all were talking. Like, nah.
What kind of face? So Trigger Mike, what kind of face was he making? Was he like regularly? Because I haven't seen this.
Go ahead and watch it non-verbal and just look at him. Once
they
started dancing, his attention was gone.
Okay.
Once they started dancing, he had that look of discomfort to where if there was another person in the room, he would have, and like he was cool with Destiny, let's say his brother or something, he'd have got up and broke it up like, everybody sit there down. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, he don't like this.
Right.
Just be like,
I mean, it's
if I was his brother, I'd have looked at Destiny's face like, oh, let me break this shit up now. He ain't cool with it. Like, that's the type of face he had.
We have
okay.
We have certain mechanisms in us as men to like don't really allow for it. You know what I'm saying? You just, there's a thing like we have jealousy. It's just something innate in us that makes us have that type of response. You know what I'm saying? And some women can condition a man to make them think it's okay, but it's still there. You feel me? You still have that damn frustration. It doesn't matter. But what I was going to also talk about is like we'll never really get the real numbers. And I was talking about the plausible deniability about women, about cheating and stuff, right? I'm going to ask you guys a question, right? Let's just say you were dating a woman for 3 years, right? And then you got in a big fight with her. Mm-hmm. And you didn't talk to each other for a week, right? Haven't officially broke up. And then, you get back together with her tomorrow, like in a week, you find out, hey, you know what? She went and slept with her ex while you guys were on break. In her mind, do you think that she thought she cheated?
No,
she wouldn't think that.
Technically, she didn't know.
And in her mind, no.
Technically, but we never broke up. We never.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. You never broke up?
No,
officially?
You just didn't talk.
You just didn't talk. But
week.
in her
cheated,
mind,
bro.
she's not thinking that she cheated. She's like,
She
well, you
cheated,
weren't
so you
talking to
gotta let
me.
it go.
So in her
That's
mind, it's
what
different
I'm
than
saying
what
is
we're
we think
thinking.
logically.
You said break. You said break, which threw me off.
No. Well, it's kind of like a break, but you didn't see each other. You guys didn't talk. You may send a text. You think you guys on bad terms, right? Even on bad terms, right? But number one, it's an ex, so it's basically recycled. So that really don't count in her mind, anyways, right? It really don't count anyways because they already slept together, right? Yep. But she still don't think she did anything wrong because you guys wouldn't talk.
You gotta so that's a very good example to go off of. So what really got us in hot water in society today with traditional relationships is that have you noticed that women love to blur the lines while keeping the traditional norms for men? That's the way they do it.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the way they do it. And the way that this is why I've never understood certain traditional norms when I got here. I've never seen, y'all know I'm Nigerian. I've never seen
I know.
a Nigerian woman have the ability to kick her husband out of his own house. That's some American shit.
That's American shit. That's bullshit.
You're like, you want a man to leave his own house where he pays for, like, that's but those are strategic things, like breaks. Ain't no such thing as a break in America. Like, ain't no fucking break. Break means I'm going to go smash every single woman I can, because if you tell me some shit like that, that's where my head is at immediately. We've implemented all of these key things where it's supposed to mean I need time. What it really is let me have relief to do what I want to do, which ultimately ends up destroying your relationship anyway. So I think all of this has been a liberal approach for women who push for this type of stuff. I need a break. I need time for them to feel good about making bad decisions before they come back to you and get completely soiled.
If you ain't married, this really ain't cheating, man. I tell you,
that is true.
If you're not married,
that is true. But no, you're right about that, Trevor. There's so many little micro blur the line things that they do. Even the girls' trip is kind of a micro blur the line.
Yep.
It's kind of like a little free pass to kind of do what I want to do. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But some of us don't look at it that way. Girls' night, yeah, it is. It's kind of like that. We just, most men don't care about it. If you've been with them for a long time, you don't mind. Yeah. But it is.
I've heard like Myron say the girls' night thing. Mm-hmm. So here's how I feel about girls' night.
You ain't used to that, huh, Trigger? That
no. Here's how I feel about girls' night, because this is I would definitely, if you were married and your wife has girls' night with her single friends, I would be. But wives have wives' night. Wives have nights like where they go out with each other. In fact, that's the time I get some of my best sleep. I'm not gonna lie. So those things are usually very sporadic. They're very they're like around somebody's birthday, and when they go, you already know damn near every single woman that she's going with. So when I heard people say that, like Myron, I'm like, you have no situation in which you can have peace of mind. If you have no situation where you can have peace of mind with your woman not being in your presence, I think something's already wrong there. I know every single woman because they're all wives of my friends. Their husbands are my friends. So I'm less apprehensive about her going out with those women.
So, Mike, right? you think a bunch of wives can get together and don't get buck wild?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is all of that stuff, because I will go out with those husbands.
Right.
We have a good time. I will have a good freaking time. So when she says such and such wants to go out for her birthday, and they be like, where? But the funny thing about these times, especially in the Black community, husbands are the secondary caregivers. So if the wives are going out, the kids are home with the husband, right? So I've never actually tripped about that part, but I do see some of, and like I said, it's always super sporadic. It's like once or twice a year.
But what you're talking about is trust, though, Mike. You got only trust in your wife, but you have trust in the fact that the women she's going out with. I mean, my wife has a couple of girlfriends, and to tell you the truth, they're married. And, I really don't trip when they hang out because, first of all, I think it's good for her to get from around me anyway. Just get from around me, so she can
Yeah.
come back a little refreshed because I'm a pain in the ass.
That's what
Okay?
I'm saying. I'd be like,
So
those nights, I'm like, oh, bye.
just go. Just go. Enjoy yourself and don't fuck up too bad, goddammit.
Yeah.
If there's a football game, basketball, yeah, of course. I mean,
Hell yeah.
but the thing about it, if it's like a regular thing where they're going out to the club every weekend, I mean, if it was like a homegirl's birthday or family
those are the
birthday,
women. So this is where women like to talk about our security, our insecurity, or whatever. You have, as a married man with your wife going out in a sporadic fashion with other married women, men usually have no reason to even like look at that twice.
One trip, yeah.
If a woman's doing it to the point, so some of the women need to understand that there is no logical reason for a woman to go out like she was single with her single friends. Get out of a relationship if you're doing that.
Just don't do me no DJ Envy shit for 21 days a month and shit. Then I got
Trigger Mike. There are also some wives that are full of shit. There are some wives that are full of shit. So you need to mind the kind of people you walk around with. There are some men who are full of shit too. There are some husbands who are full of shit. So you mind the kind of people you allow your wife to walk around with. I want to help Triple Black enhance his question. I want to help Triple Black enhance his question. Triple Black talked about a girl cheating on a man while they're like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I want to ask all the men in the panel this question. If you've been with your wife for 10 years and your wife cheated on you, will you divorce her?
No.
The answer is I don't know.
My answer is no.
Same here. Same here. I don't know.
Let me give you a real.
You say you won't leave, and I
Let me
get that because you are old school
let me answer. I said right now, I don't know for the most part. I've been married for 36 years. I just told my wife, listen. I said, whatever you want. Let me just finish this, Ashton. I said, listen, if you ever cheated on me, just take that shit to your grave because I don't want to know. Take it. You die with that shit. Don't get on this deathbed think you want to confess. Hell with that shit.
Let me answer this.
Because I would want to leave, but our relationship would be over whether I leave or not. I mean, you can do an economic analysis out of that.
Like, you'll notice when you ask that question, men are very prideful, right? We're going to be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to leave. Like, think about that. Think about no matter how prideful you are, your logical mind is going to take over. And I'm telling you, 5 years ago, up until maybe, 5-6 years ago, when my daughter was born, of course you would have got a yes. You would have got a prideful ass without a shadow of a doubt. Yes, even though I'm from a family and a tradition and a culture that doesn't really believe in divorce, and you look crazy if you do it for absolutely no reason. Now, these days, people in my family might be like, God damn it. Yeah, like, let her go. But when you have kids by somebody, a lot of things change. And the only I try to answer these things logically simply because I always use the experience of what people like me, my peers and elders have done. You don't, one of the weirdest things that we don't talk about as men enough is that women, when they get cheated on, they tell the entire world, which is why the world thinks men cheat more. When men get cheated on, they don't tell a goddamn soul. You never know. I told you I got 2 homeboys now that did not, the closest boys did not tell us that happened to them, suffered it all along just so they can keep their family together and intact for the children, right? Like, he tells me years after he's divorced that woman. So they keep it to themselves. So what really happens is a man will probably feel more emboldened to divorce if he is now embarrassed in the community by her cheating. Because if you have made it to seem like he does not have established dominance over his home, he's definitely going to fucking leave. Like, most men will leave. But if nobody knows, I think that gives him, his logical mind takes over by saying, am I going to make these children pay for what she did? And I'm telling you, most men are going to say no. Now, here's the part that I want you to listen to, Humble. Your marriage is not going to be the same. As a man,
yeah, true. The whole thing going to change.
Not going to be the same. Because
the whole lot going to change.
I forget, it was on this network. It was like Mr. Eric or somebody that said it. He said he divorced his wife on his son's, like when his son was 20, and they were the They really wanted to leave when he was 18. And while he was trying to explain it to his son was like, I didn't see this. This came out of nowhere. He didn't tell his son what his wife had done. But he said, listen, y'all, if y'all ever thought I was a smart man, it was all her fault. He said, let me just say it was all her fault. But he was like, why are y'all getting divorced? He said, bruh, this has been going on since you were 10 years old, and I stayed for you. I think that's what dads would do. Let me make sure
I have heard that before too.
Let me make sure these kids are straight. Let me make sure they don't fall into crime. Because you know how women behave when they have custody of children. You see what I'm saying? All of that will come into your logical mind, and you'll be like, let me stay with this cheating ass bitch. Like, you know that's how you're going to feel. But you're just doing it so the children will be straight.
Yeah, but you also got to put further context to it. If, like, let's just say it makes a difference if you find out, like, you know what, I went on this girl's trip, right, and I hooked up with this dude in Jamaica, versus a family friend or that friend that's been around for 10 years. Come on, man.
That's where I got to cut you off.
I mean, that makes all the difference in the fuck. Like, if I don't know the dude, you know, it's just like some random thing, there's a chance that I'd be like, you know what, I'm not going to throw all this. But if it's somebody that I know, you know, that's been in my face, been around us, and I mean, that means you're sleeping with the enemy. You've been sleeping with the enemy.
I don't know. Trigger Mike just said that black men have a code, and it's to get the kids straight. So I got to cut you off. I got to say I don't agree there. Black men would stay. Like, we have a code. I don't know why we keep acting like we don't and let these women think we dumb. Like, come on now. Black men have a code. White women have a code. White men have a code. Black women are the only ones that think that we don't know the codes.
What's the code? I'm waiting for the code.
The code?
Yeah.
Okay. Trigger, you Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
He's African.
He's Nigerian. I'm Jamaican.
One. So why you don't be wearing? You see what I'm saying? You see how I got Trigger Mike? He'll never laugh at my shit. All I gotta do is bring up their home country. This how I know you slick, Trigger. Why the hell you don't wear no Jamaican jerseys? Them little soccer jerseys. I know what type of nigga you is. We gotta start acting like we ain't got no code, and we don't know what it is. We are grown black men. We always had a code.
I will agree with you. I think there's a code.
What is the code? What is the code?
Trigger, I ain't never brought up your heritage. Where you from? Have it?
Nah, you know what? I kind of agree with you. We have a code among.
We have a code. Everybody be trying to
me. But I mean, that code is flimsy. I found that shit out.
It is flimsy. It is flimsy. But you see how we act like we don't have one. That's why it's flimsy. Women change they code every day, and we know that because we pay attention to white women. That's what black women don't do. Us as black men, we know what white women do, what white men do when they talk, what they tell us.
What do they do?
We know when a black woman cheating and when a white man and when a white woman cheating. You see how I got EBD to tell that he know damn well about what Disney going through. It took him 30 minutes to try to answer pain question when he said, "How you think Disney feel?" We know what the fuck going on. It is a code.
You're not gonna let.
Why do you wait? Why do you assume to know like the intimate thoughts of another guy you've never met before? That's what I don't understand. Where are you getting that from?
Man,
what is the code, goddamn it? What is the code?
I think what he's trying to say is, like, for instance, like when white women are cheating, and if you worked in a corporate setting and whatever, I mean, their cheating is almost overt. Like, you're like, oh, I know what he's up to. Yeah. Like it's not hard to figure out. The sisterhood, like the black women, like what he's trying to say is like we know the code. We know when they're cheating. They just don't think we're smart enough to figure it out. But a lot of us have cracked the code. It comes with age. When you're young and wet behind the ears, like some of these thoughts can run, like they can run up the scoreboard on you, and you have no idea. But once you get to a certain age, you know their code. You know the sister code is not really hard to figure out. It's not really hard to figure out, but they get coded up though. They get coded up because they want to. Just I don't know who said it, but
what get stuck, get people stuck up this day, and that's what pissed me off. Just we try to stick to this saying a percentage, and it sounds like red pill. We know exactly how white EBD. I know damn well you sleep with white women. You know damn well
I
they
married
have.
one.
I
Did you
know, I
not
know.
hear
Hold on,
that?
hold on. Yes, I heard it. EBD. When white women cheat, don't they start having sex at like 12 or 13 and anal just to say they still a virgin at 18?
At 18.
Uh-huh. Don't they have start having anal at 12, 13, maybe even a younger age than that? But white women, that's what I seen. They do anal just to say they virgins when they really lose their virginity. Like it's a
Maybe in the context of maybe Catholic school or some religious institution, yeah.
thank you for pointing that out, because thank you, sir. That's all.
Because
That's a code.
what's
But that's
beat
a
what
code, right?
well think about what's beaten into them. If
Is
you
that is
get sex before marriage, you're going to hell. If you do this, you're going to hell. If you do that, you're going to hell. So yeah, there's a code that they do to say, hey, I'm still a virgin. I didn't break the rule.
so you
But I think
basically admit.
feminism has kind of changed that. I think that they're not so chastity is not that important to them anymore. It used to be. You know, that was kind of their plausible deniability. I think it's mostly like the Arabs and like those type of cultures that still kind of use that as like those women will, you know, they'll do all kinds of stuff. They'll
Yeah.
suck a whole football team off, but because they didn't give up the box, they're
Right.
still a virgin.
I
You
agree.
know,
Still
you know what?
virgins.
That's a good conversation to have too, because I'm starting to come back off of that a little bit. Because I used to say chastity isn't important to them. There are too many hoes out here. Until I started to notice that all of them come back to reclaim it. They just realize it's important too late. In fact, they all do this thing where they know what's what. Women are not stupid. They know what's what. They were told or think they have the ability to do what they want to do and reclaim their chastity and virtue later. They think somebody is good. They think men are dumb enough to think that even though you've lived a life where you were swinging from a bunch of dicks for most of it, that you are still as attractive and valuable as a woman who kept her chastity intact. Somebody lied to them. You know they think this way. So like look at all of the women that have done too much hoeing. At some point they try to unfuck all the niggas they fuck.
Right.
They try to hit hit the reset button, but it doesn't
Yep.
work. And the
They
thing
all
about
do
it, and the thing about it too, the dude that they were with that they probably regret, they can't even like because they sold so many wolf tickets to the sisterhood and told that this dude did this and this dude did that they can't even go back to him. But that's who they really want to go back to because they know which dude was right for him. But because they destroyed that image so much, they can't go back. They can't go back because as soon as they go back, they're going to like, oh, isn't that dude that was abusive? Isn't that the narcissist you were talking about? Like, why you? They can't do it. So they get in this. What is it? The carousel. This carousel is trying to find that same guy, like that they had like years before, and they just can't do it.
Alpha widowed. That term is called alpha widowed, right? It's the top man that they can't get over due to him being the best that they can possibly get, and usually that's tied to sex, right? Because even though the relationship could have been toxic, the sex was always bomb, right? That's why the relationship lasted so long. So when I was 17, I'm trying not to go there. She was the girl I was with was 15. I was 17. Now we still talk to this day. She's engaged, but ever since then, for all that time, we it was, hey, you know, can we get a second chance? Can we try this again? Da, 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 da. Now she lives on the other side of the country right now. I'm 41. She's 30, still in her 30s, right? So she's still getting engaged to somebody else, but she's still hitting me up, right? There's still something in her mind.
What you still talking to before she engaged, bro? You see, you the problem.
No. Hey, I'm over here now. I'm over here. She's happy. I'm happy for her. Hey, you're getting your life together. You're moving forward. It ain't about me and you anymore. Congratulations. That's what I'm talking about with her now. You see what I mean? It's different. It ain't like, hey, why don't you come back over? You know, I'm still single. None of that.
Right.
None of that.
Let me get this super chat ready before we get to the next topic. We blowing this one up. All right, Big Ant, $10. Appreciate that, brother. Trigger Mike, stop lying, because If you come home, Mr. Let Go Short Ass was standing on the stool coaching your wife from behind, you know you gonna be gone, bro. Stop it.
Mr. Let Go Short.
Yo, yo.
He
He shouldn't
short
have said
triggers.
that shit. He shouldn't have said that because you know how everything gives you a visual.
Trigger.
Ain't no coming
Mr. Let
back
Go
from that.
Short.
You know what? You right, bro. You right, bro.
Nah, I gotta get back on camera. Trigger. Mr. Let Go Short.
I don't know.
You know,
I,
motherfucker. Y'all be
no,
on
you know
on the
what?
panel
Was he like
together.
You know what?
five something?
No.
5 something?
So
For real,
according
he
to the,
5'7".
no, I was about to say, according to the back check combos,
Y'all know who Mr.
he
Let Go
might
is.
be a little vertically challenged.
I don't know what
Because
you're talking about. She doing stupid
Come on,
shit.
Trigger. That's what I'm
no,
saying.
I never met him, but they had one live, like, in person
He
panel,
taller than Tory Lanez.
and I think his legs was swinging. Look, Let Go. I got pictures of you. I saw it. JR legs were touching the ground, feet were touching the ground. Sweeney feet were touching the ground. The other dude in the blue shirt leg was touching the ground. Yo, the back
You
of your
lying.
heel was not touching the ground. Let go.
You lying.
So I think he
Doing
might be a little
stupid
vertically.
shit.
Yo, he about to hit me on Instagram like, I hear this. Stop talking shit.
Mr. Let Go
Hey,
Short for real,
we
Trigger.
need a
Come on, tell the truth.
confirmation. We need a confirmation on Let Go's height. Whoever seen this dude
You know
in
damn
person.
well, Fantasy Girl Island
He also
told you
does
how
that
much.
tonight's conversation
Hell,
show.
Oh my God! You know
nah,
what?
Trigger.
Don't
Nah,
mind-
Trigger.
don't mind
Nah,
me.
I gotta call you out. I know you know Fantasy Girl Island. I know she would have told you how tall
Well, you
Mr.
be giving
Lego
people
is.
new names. Fantasy Island girl?
Hey,
I've
don't
been
you
kicking it with
Fantasy
everybody since you
Island
told
girl.
me to branch out, Trigger. I've been
No
kicking it with
doubt.
everybody.
Yeah,
And
what
he be
about it?
saying women are children, but he's
I know
shorter
she
than.
told you how tall Mr. Lego is. She would have
His
text
money
you if he was
long.
short.
His money long. Mr. Let's Go short, but his money is long.
Hey, you gotta
For real,
make
humble.
So he's tall.
if you
So
vertically
he's tall
challenge
now.
Mr.
He's
Lego,
tall.
hey,
He's tall. If
If you
you're
stand on
short
his money,
and you got
it's
good
tall.
money, you're tall. Forget
hey,
about it.
you ain't never
Amen. You
lied. You
tall.
ain't never lied.
But
If
you
you
No,
see
wait,
how I
wait,
got
wait.
Short,
y'all to but you see how I got y'all to
you
say
tall.
hold on, EBD. You see how I got y'all to say Mr. Let Go Short? Like that's a code. Come on now. You see I had to do all that. Our pain, I know you caught this shit because that
I
EBD
did.
act like he don't hear me.
No, I said he's
Humble,
five. I
humble,
thought
you
he's
see
five
the
something. He's got to be
Yes,
five
sir.
five
Yes,
something.
what?
sir.
Come on, tell the
I don't know
truth.
exactly.
How
I
tall
ain't
you
honest.
how tall he is, humble? I know you know. Like we gotta be as men. Come on now. Like
I've
this
never seen him stand up out of that
Listen,
chair.
you can Google him up. You can look it up on Google and see him. But I don't know. But as long as I'm concerned, if you're short and you got money, man, you taller than
Yeah,
man, you tall
you
as
got some
hell.
stilts. You got still them right
Woo,
stilts
man, you
with them
can
dollar
pull
stacks.
anything.
oh,
Yeah.
okay now. Okay now.
Whatever Michael
Now
Jordan can pull, you can pull it too. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So let me get back to showing y'all
yeah.
that it's a code. So a nigga that's 6'2", he can pull the same thing Mr. Lego pull, right? Just one night.
Uh, yeah,
Somebody that's 6'2", no matter how much
yeah.
money he got.
If he's
Thank you.
attractive enough, if he's a Tyrone,
Thank you,
yeah.
hump. No, just 6'2". I ain't say. Did I say look EBD?
Why would a 6'2" dude pull the same kind of chick if
Humble,
he don't look too good?
humble,
If he's like, looking like
humble.
12 Slave or something.
Hold on.
Humble
You
already
say
said
hold
yeah.
on. You say 6'2". Hold on. You say
Yeah,
6'2".
6'2".
If you're 60 and
Uh huh.
you ain't got no money,
No, height
ooh,
6'2".
I mean,
6'2".
yeah,
I
you're right about that.
hold on. I'll pay. Hold on. You say if you're 6'2" and you ain't got no
Six
money,
foot two. No, just six
and you
foot
ain't
two
got no
alone.
money,
No, just 6'2"
man, you
alone.
gonna put. Like, we need some features in there. We need some features. Like if you ain't got no money, you're gonna be shot in 2 days.
Exactly. Y'all don't know the code. A woman like height, just it's a. Oh my god, I can't
A
explain
woman
it to y'all.
prefers height. Yes, we understand, but
Is
she
that a
also goes for
code?
look too. She also goes for looks too.
All of them. I heard medium
Most.
ugly.
Wait a
I
minute.
heard
There's
medium ugly a thousand
because
times.
there's no all for anything. Most.
Okay.
Hey, actually, are you
Hey,
talking about?
listen, guys. If Lil Wayne could get laid because he got money, It
Oh,
was
our
over.
pain going too far now.
Yeah, that's a good example because Lil Wayne be smashing some baddies, and you know he's like
Okay,
4 foot, 5 foot nothing.
Yo,
I don't
he's
know
Lil
nothing.
Wayne.
Pastor,
Y'all did some
Pastor,
bloods now. I don't know nothing.
Hey,
Y'all
Wayne
did
was
some
still
blood
your
gang
girl.
members. I don't
You
know
can be
nothing.
Lil
6'2". You
Wayne.
can be
He can
six
have them.
two.
He can
You can
have 'em. But
nah, but you
mine's gonna bring back a check.
Chick. All right. Let me get
What
this
is you
next question
saying?
popping.
No, wait, hold on,
How did
Trigger.
we even get on
Pain,
this?
pain. How long, Trigger? Pain. If your
Yes,
woman
sir.
bring home a check from Lil Wayne, would you care if she cheated every time she went over there? You said you would never leave.
Well,
You said
first of
if
all,
your woman cheat,
let me
gone.
Ashton, I would never be married to a woman who would be taking money from no goddamn Lil Wayne. I can tell you that
And
right
neither
now.
would
okay,
I.
okay.
You can get past my vetting process. I can tell you that. I can tell you
All
that.
right, let's get this
But
next.
So the answer is no.
Let me get this next. How did we get on this topic after it was that super chat? All right. So next question. This is a good one. I think this is a good question. We're gonna start with Ruthless Truth. We get you in here, and I'm gonna go off cam real quick. Gotta go to the mailbox. I got a part in there that's baking in the hot sun. I don't want it to get deformed. People aren't really sorry they cheated. They are sorry they got caught. Is there truth to that statement? Ruthless Truth. We're gonna start with you.
It depends, right?
You
Depends on what's
started
at
out,
stake.
Captain.
Depends on what's at stake, right? If it's just, I mean, is this your woman you've been with for, y'all married, y'all got 3, 4 kids, and and y'all been building, and you stepped out and got caught, and she's like tripping out, potentially ready to blow up the house. Yeah, then you kind of because then you think about your kids. But now if it's just, you know, in a matter of some chick you just was with, and y'all had a relationship, and you find another chick who may be a little bit better or a little bit something else, and you get caught, then you're like, you know what I'm saying? I don't. What you gonna do? What we gonna do here, right? Are you gonna forgive me, or you gonna go on? Because she's right there waiting in the wing. So in that instance, I'm not feeling bad because I got options.
Like a long-term relationship or marriage, and I mean, do you think that I mean, because I'm just thinking about the question here. Like, people aren't really sorry that they cheated, they're sorry that they got caught. And I mean, you think there's like truth to that, pretty much, like in general?
It varies. It's a lot of nuances, right? It's a lot of nuances,
Right.
because you got work shit happening at work. Then you have stuff that happens on a whim, on a flim, right? You got your neighbor's woman, or your neighbor, or whatever. So you got different. This depends on I think the timing of it. Like, if you guys been, like I said, if you guys been together, y'all got kids, and you had your ups and downs, but I mean, y'all been through it,
Right.
and you met some chick, and she was just, hey, right, couldn't turn it down, and then your wife found out about it, and she's stressing out, and she's stressing the kids out. Then, I mean, I'm definitely gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna feel a little something. So I'm gonna feel some type of way about that. Like,
Right.
I'm gonna let the chick go. I'm gonna have to let it go. Too much building here, too much history, too much of everything for me to just let everything go for you, right? So no, in that instance. But once again, if it's a short term and we're struggling, we're not really sometimes on the same page, sometimes we're not.
Right.
We're talking to me a lot. We have a lot of different differences in structure, and then this chick come along, and and it's like, damn, right? She's pretending all these things for me, and then I get caught. Then I'm gonna be like, oh, well, I was kind of not really dumping you anyway. So,
Right.
oh well, what you gonna do?
Yeah. All right. A lot of context in that. Ashton.
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
People
I
aren't really
apologize.
sorry that they cheated. They're sorry that they got caught. Is there truth to this statement?
I think for men, they sorry they got caught, but for women, I don't think they really have to suffer consequences. I gotta go play the race card. White women, our pain. You there?
Yeah, I'm back.
I caught his ass.
What's
Our
up?
pain, like you said, you brought up Destiny. Like I'm just bringing no points because y'all brought them up. When Destiny took his wife to go dance, you see how Destiny didn't blink. You know
Yep.
damn well they got mirrors and ring lights all above wherever he recording it. and he made sure he got that shit on film. That shit was in HD.
Okay.
It's a lot of women that can pull that off.
That's true.
It depends on
They don't have to worry about getting caught.
not a black culture.
And it exactly in that culture, black women be
Not a
so
black
stuck
culture,
on
they ain't have
cheating.
That's gonna be war. That's
Black,
gonna
Hey,
be
you know what? I think that the context when they get caught is whether or not, like, for instance, I know for men, if we get caught cheating, we are sorry for it. I know that from personal. If you get caught red-handed, the women, for instance, I don't think that the only time that they're sorry or remorseful is that when they get caught red-handed. But if they've because most of the time they're out in front of that breakup anyways, right? They've already done the cheating, so they're just, they have their exit strategy. If that exit strategy gets interrupted, that's when they are sorry. But once that exit strategy is already implemented, they already got their thing, they don't give a fuck. They don't care.
I agree with
you know
that.
how hard it is to catch women red-handed as it is.
Right. That's why
Her sister, brother lying for her mama laughing in your face. Goddamn, they ain't talked to her in 10
nobody.
years.
I was gonna say nobody really gets caught red-handed. Men don't even get it. It's that the woman the
Man,
man
get
is
caught
cheating
red-handed.
with is the. I was gonna say dumb dudes. So this is actually where I was going with it. So I might as well give my answer. Women need to consider, because there was it was a girl I was messing with, and her friend was going through it. A girl was gonna delete herself over some dude who she was living with, who she came back from out of town, and he was banging another girl out in their bed. And I had to say this. As I got older, I started to realize he knew when you were coming home. Some men do this thing where it's like they're self-sabotaging their relationship. You see what I'm saying? Not only is he not sorry he did it, he kind of wanted you to find that. Like, I think some people are like, what do we call these sociopaths? It's like they don't have a way to break up with you, so they're just gonna keep doing outlandish things until you let them go. Right? I think some men are like that, and I think that's what it happened. I was like, did he know when you were coming home? I was like, I think he wants to be caught. I think
I'm like that.
maybe you hurt him in some way. He wants you to feel what he's feeling. I think some people do that type of stuff. So when we say caught
Trigger, I
red-handed,
do it.
I think it's
do it. I do it all the time.
Somebody red-handed, especially for men. The way I think it usually happens is, first off, women think they have intuition. No, y'all are just nosy. Your intuition is no different than anybody else's. Y'all are just nosy as hell. And the funniest thing about being nosy is that because you are a woman who is banging your man and wants you to find out, knows how nosy you are. So she's going to call at times of the night where she was not supposed to. She's going to do all of these things that Noah's going to catch your attention as his woman. So she can sabotage that relationship so she can have him for herself. Or maybe she don't even want him. She just wants to sabotage the relationship. So it's like when we say men are dumb, no, women are just non-compliant cheaters.
Mike, men are dumb. All right. Women, if you catch a woman cheating, she kind of wanted you to find out, right? If she gets sloppy with it, she wanted you to find out because of the same reason why you said a man wants to get caught. She wants to leave you, right?
No,
but
our pain, they just sloppy. They just sloppy. Women are sloppy. Women are sloppy. Our pain. You can finish. Our pain. Women are sloppy.
Let me finish asking you after that. Women are very stealthy when it comes to cheating, especially when they know they got something to lose. Because what they would rather do is, if you ain't putting it out the way they want that maintenance man to bust those cheeks, and you pay for all that shit. So that's why the paternity fraud rate. So So women are cheating so much in marriage that the paternity rates are really fraud rates are high. State laws actually encourage them to do that because they'll still put the kid on the father no matter what if they're married. And you have a very small window to get out of it. In some states, you probably don't even have a window to get out of it. How can that law even be on the books if there's some kind of predestination in the law that says, you know what, some of these fucking bitches are cheaters. So how do we keep the men on the state when these women are stepping out on them and no kids are not even theirs? Well, we'll put a law in the books that traps them. You know, so listen, it takes some, you know, it's like I said, I've been married for a long time. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, my wife hasn't cheated, but she hasn't stopped being a woman since just because I met her, right? So I have some trust in her, just like I haven't been a man. The other thing is I'm rambling a little bit. Some men who cheat, when their wives do cheat, some guys take that into consideration. That's why they might keep their wives. If you're a serial cheater and you catch your wife cheating, you kind of sit back. If you're a rational man, say, you know, I've been busting a lot of chicks.
Well, I've been busting it.
Yeah, so maybe I got to give her a pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's some men who would rationalize it that way, and that would make sense to me, right?
That's a good point too. Yeah.
No, that's
So hang on, because I was the married guy who cheated on his wife with multiple different women
I know
for
you
multiple
did.
different years. So
I
I
know you
did
did.
actually get caught. And I think the most of the reasons were, you know, I wasn't really getting a lot of satisfaction with my current wife at the time, number one. And number two, being in my 20s, you know, I really didn't have any kind of discipline or structure or model to, you know, live after as what a husband's supposed to behave. You know what I mean? And I didn't know how to end a relationship. That's probably one of the most
That's a lot of dudes don't.
it was okay for if you've never broken up with a woman before or dumped a woman before, like you kind of cheat on them, you kind of do things to make her the one that issues the breakup and the ending of the relationship so that you can kind of continue doing your dirt, you know, guilt free. But me being married, it's a different dynamic, right? I took the vows, I did the commitment, did this, tried changing, tried going to marriage counseling. None of this stuff helped in the long run, right? And it turns out that I had to get into another relationship until I actually was able to actually keep committed to one relationship and not look for any other girls smash and be happy in a relationship with the woman that I was with for about 2 years. So I was in a real committed relationship. It just happened to not be my marriage.
I'm sorry, that wasn't meant to be funny.
No, I know, but you see, but you see where it is. My first real relationship turned into, you know, me having a child and then us getting married. But as far as staying, you know, on the straight and narrow, oh no, not in my younger 20s. Oh no, 22, 23, 24.
But you know what it is too, because people use that as an excuse to say, see, men aren't ready to be married at a young age, and I think it's just men like us weren't married. You make a choice, so. I told you, I admit, you know, and I told my wife, hold on, you real jumpy today, Ashton. What's going on with you?
My bad. I just think you was married. You was ready to be married at a young age. I can't even.
Hold on.
Us as black men.
No, I wasn't. I was taught that I was taught the ways of a husband, but I would have violated those vows as EBD was talking about because, yes, there are many men that are ready because they ain't getting no ass anyway. Right?
But is that not taught?
Like I was not only, I was that dude. So it wasn't just me spitting game and getting that. It was like, you know, I was a party promoter. So girls always wanted to be with the big dog, right? I was the big dog. So it's like, I was like, there's no way I'm giving this up. Like, no way I'm giving this up to, so, you know, every time I even had a girlfriend, every time she wanted to take a break, I'd be like, you sure you want to do this? Are you sure? And then I'd prolong, you know, us getting back together. So I think it's extremely hard for young men who are in their sexual prime to give that up for one woman. That's why I just waited until it kind of naturally fell off me to say I don't want to live this life anymore. So, but most men ain't getting asked like that, so they should definitely consider that while they're young.
But Trigger, you see how you say you knew the ways to get married. Somebody, you say your daddy told you how to get married, the ways to get married.
I was raised to be a husband, absolutely.
Women don't have that. Women was not raised to get married. They heard it.
I agree. All right.
But they don't know. They don't know what you have to do.
No, you're right. You're right. That's actually a big part of the problem because I told y'all before, I don't understand why so many women do not understand correlation. Because when they ask some questions in this YouTube space, they'll be like, why do black men, like, okay, they'll say something to the effect of, why are black men getting divorced at the highest rates? And even when it's outside, when they marry white women, they get divorced more. I said, well, who has the highest rate of not having a set example for them of what marriage looks like? It's like, it's simple correlation. It's so if you did not have marriage modeled for you, if you were raised by, a single mom and she never got married, she never prioritized teaching you how to, it's like all of these things are correlated. So that's why I'm like, I know that women are going to suffer in marriage, not know what to do, cheat, think it's about happiness because they didn't have an example. It's a simple correlation.
Yeah, because the reason I think is because they're a slave to their emotion. They just can't get over that emotion of it. Like when you broke it down like that, they just can't accept those causations. You know what I'm saying? They're slave to their emotion. Like, I want to believe because I feel this is why it is. I can't really look at the logic because I feel something different. I just feel that black men cheat more. Oh, where's the evidence? Oh, I just feel like it.
Right. I think that if you're like a woman, you cannot learn how to be or participate in a functioning relationship from a woman. You can only learn that from another man who has been through one or has messed one up, because there's always lessons learned, and men are always on this path to self-improvement, whether it be early or later in life, right? So you can be brought up to be a husband and be bred into with some value, right? Either that, and you can pass that on. But if you don't have that passing of the baton of knowledge of how to be in a functioning relationship, then you're just gonna go. Then the natural thing to do is just bounce from chick to chick.
Do you know?
My
Do you know why that's
father
true?
told me something, and I wish I would have held on to this. My brother told me something. He's like, never ever listen to what a woman says. Just watch what she does.
Just watch.
Because if you start listening, she's gonna
develop that delusional ass mindset yourself, bro. Let me tell you why I think what you said is absolutely true, EBD. I don't just, like I said, I don't formulate my opinion simply on my own thoughts, and definitely not my feelings. I will go to groups like the Marriage Club and some of those Facebook groups. Hold on, let me see and just read. And I will read the most divisive posts. So somebody put up a post maybe 2-3 days ago that said, "Men only. What was the reason for your divorce?" Mm-hmm. Dog, that was the most introspective, that nobody blamed a woman, even if it was a woman's fault.
Right.
Yeah. They was like, you will never turn that around on women. And what do you think you're gonna get? These dudes were like, man, I was young. I did not know what I had. I ruined it. They were just like literally giving you post after post after post of mistakes they had made that they wish they didn't do. Listen, I was thinking about myself. I was selfish. I did not prioritize. Like, you don't get that from women. You only get that from men.
Right. Yeah.
You only get that type of introspection from men. So when women are thinking that we just don't, we don't respect. No. I do not see enough women take accountability the way I see men take.
Right. Exactly. So, the road to
self-improvement. Women the same way at all.
And then they never will.
No one tells them. No woman. Very few women. I'm not gonna say no women. Very few women are out there with that microphone talking about holding women accountable. What are they called? What are the women? What are they called? They're called pick-me's. They're called this. They're called that. They call a whole bunch of names except for correct or right. Right. Yeah. So it's just, that's why they'll never learn anything, because they think they already, you can't teach someone who thinks they already know everything. All right. They're just not going to hear you. They want to be listened to and they want to be respected, but they don't want you to speak a whole lot. Right. They think that you have nothing to teach them, and that's not true.
No, see, I don't disagree with what you just said. And let's just land there. I don't want to get off the topic, but that's no different than trying to teach men discipline. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? There's only a few select men, maybe 10% of men, who could actually, control themselves at a point of getting some ass, okay? And they got to be a little older, right? So men,
stop being weird. Stop being weird. You guys in this
No.
discipline.
Wait a minute.
Stop
That has
being
nothing to do with
weird.
being
Bro.
Who
weird.
talked
You
about
gotta be weird, bro. You're
Yeah, it
weird.
has nothing to do with
You're
being
weird.
weird.
Next you're gonna be telling men what to do with their money too. Stop
No,
being
I
weird,
said,
bro.
well, wait a minute, Trey. I guess you didn't hear me.
You
I'm
be on
just
your
saying that
head?
we can't tell people anything. We could tell people, but the only way it's effective is a person actually wants to do change. You can't tell them to do that. You can't tell men to be disciplined. You can't tell women to be accountable. It has to be something in them for them to want to do that, right?
Thank you,
And
Trey. I've been trying to spare him.
you can keep putting the message out
It's
there.
extremely weird to hear grown men worry about what another man does with his penis. It's
Thank
weird.
you, Trey.
You guys are
I've
weird,
been
bro.
I've been trying to spare him for the longest. I swear.
Like it's just at this point it's like you can't tell me. Listen, whether I want to be disciplined, and I'm using air quotes, or not. What the hell do you care? How does it affect you?
Well,
When
you
you
have
woke
to
up,
get
when
in
you
what
woke
I
up,
said, Trey.
when
No,
you
I
woke
didn't
up,
say.
no, hold on.
when you woke up this
Mr.
morning,
Mr.
when you
Rich.
woke up this
Hold
morning,
on,
did
Trey.
you
I
say,
got a
man,
disagreement. I got a disagreement.
there's no disagreement. It's my penis. What you telling we talking
There's
about?
no.
What are we talking about here?
But Trey, what?
Thank you, Trey. I've been letting him slide for so
When you
long.
woke up this morning, did you say, man, I really wish Trey would keep it in his pants?
So no.
Yep.
No,
That's kind of funny.
what
That's
happens
kind
when
of
they don't
funny.
keep it in their pants? Then do you get to tell them what they should do, or is it only when they come to you complaining, man, I got burned by this girl, or man, I got 2-3 different baby mamas trying to put me on child support. That when you tell them,
DMT? You know what I tell grown men? You mess with the bull, you get the horns. That's what I tell them.
I feel that.
You want to play this game, then play the game. Otherwise, you're gonna get played. It's one or the other. Don't be out here in these streets trying to act like you the tough guy and you want to smash a bunch of chicks, and you don't understand the consequences that come along with it. But I'm not about to tell you what to. I'm not about to tell you what to do with your. It's yours. Do what you want with it. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with your wallet. Do what you want with your money.
Yeah, you can't tell nobody what to do with their wallet.
I don't think that's
you probably want to exercise this if you want better results.
I don't think that's the whole argument around de-discipline, though. I don't think it's about necessarily because y'all know my stance. I don't think de-discipline exists. Right. I think you either have access to ass or you don't.
It does in one form. It does in one form.
It's
take your ass to Tibet, take your ass to the Himalayas. All these monks who sit there and pray all day, they're not tempted by women. They cut women out of their whole practice. Things like there's your discipline. There is your discipline. There's your discipline.
I will take peaches. I will take peaches from Magic City over there to clap in front of his face. We'll see how disciplined.
I saw a video of a monk trying to kiss a child. Them dudes horny as hell. Get out of here, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, the Dalai Lama was trying to kiss a kid.
All right, we got new panelists. What's going on, fellas? Let's get who was DMT. I think you were the first one. Answer the question for me. People aren't really Ashton. Control your urge.
I saw DMT in Fight Club. I think.
Ashton, you need some dick discipline, bro. Please quiet down.
What's the word? I recognize. What's the word?
Discipline from being a dick. You've been a real dick today, bro.
My bad. I apologize. I've been in Fight Club. I had to fight for my life.
It goes down.
I can't imagine.
People aren't really sorry they cheated. They're sorry they got caught. Is there truth to that statement, DMT?
I mean, yeah, because I'd have been in this position, you know. I didn't cheated before, and I didn't feel bad that I cheated. I felt bad that she found out about it, and she was sad about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the opportunity presented itself. It was available. You know, I was on a long drive, and the girl happened to text me, and I needed to stop in the city. She was in that city, and one thing led to another. You know, so and she only found out because I was asleep, and I let my girl use my laptop. And she claimed God showed it to her when my Facebook notification came up. And it prompted her to open the message. I'm like, what? God showed it to you. She was like, God wanted me to see it. So all I know is I woke up from a nap and she just sitting there mad face.
Damn, you lucky. You alive, bro.
I cut on the game and she still frowning. I'm like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? She's like, take me home. I'm like, what happened? And she just gonna turn around and show me the laptop. I'm like, oh.
Dog, first off, from what I've heard, you Apple users are doomed. If you got an iPhone and a MacBook. Don't be out here scheming, bro. Y'all be forgetting y'all information is integrated on every single device.
Man, I didn't even know mine was on there. I don't use
Boy,
it so
I
much.
done heard that story about 30 times. Like, fuck, I let her use my laptop, bro.
Strictly Windows now. I don't even play that.
Oh my God.
Guys are
Because
crazy.
she got me, man, and I felt bad. I explained it to her, you know.
No
And
way.
I just felt bad.
Yo.
She felt bad. She was sad, you know, she cried on me. But other than that, I really wasn't sad that I got, you know, that I cheated. I was just sad I got caught. Because
You
I
know
feel
what?
like
That's
the
real.
opportunity was there. I got a place to stay for the night after a long drive. I was on the road for like 7 hours. I was sleepy, you
Damn.
know. Got me some study
Relaxation.
and some sleep,
Yeah.
you know. So I was happy with my results. But I felt bad because of how I did her. But yeah, I think it's some truth to that. People ain't really sorry they cheated. They sorry they got caught. Because there's many dudes out here that's cheating on their wife right now. They might be on this chat, on this panel right now. And they, you know, she ain't found out yet. But when they find out, then they're gonna be sorry. They're gonna be walloping and sad and all that. But y'all know when it was happening, y'all was happy. Y'all was happy with the results when it was happening. So that's all that matters.
All right. Dirty folks. The question.
All right, what's the question? I'm lost track of the question.
No doubt, no doubt. People aren't really sorry they cheated. They're sorry they got caught. Is there truth to that statement?
There's truth to it. I'm not a cheater though. I've never cheated on a girl in my life, unless she accused me of cheating. Then I'm bossed around, baby. Cause if I'm just sitting here minding my business and I get accused of it anyway, I ain't get a trial or nothing. You indicted me, I might as well do it. I respect the rules of cheating, because if you make me cheat because you woke me up from my nap talking about you had a dream and I told you to go back to sleep and you decide to have a conversation about it, so now I got to think about it. Guaranteed, I understand the rules. So I'm going to find a flock of the finest women ever, because girls only leave you if she's uglier than her. I mean, you know what I'm saying? As long as I sleep with girls badder than my girl, I don't care about her tears, nigga. I drink her tears. She ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You gonna roll it out.
Damn.
Because I know
That's
she's
game.
proud of me. She like, damn. She proud of me.
So is that a wait? Is that a real thing? Did that really happen to you? If if you cheated on her with someone that looks better than her, she understood.
Look, so this is one of those situations where even if we cannot 100% say he's right, you might have a hard time proving him wrong, because look at the think about it this way. When a woman finds out you cheated, there are certain routes she takes during that discussion, because you know she got to get her words out. She got to get all her feelings out to make you feel as bad as she's feeling. And if the woman is a bust down, the first thing she'll say is she'll refer to how terrible that woman look. You out here with this duck ass bitch. If she can't say that, because they never go there when the woman is bad. They won't even comment on her looks. In fact, they feel small. They might not say nothing. So I would say I have a hard time proving that wrong, as a matter of fact.
But here's my philosophy to that. Because this is how it goes down. So I tell a girl in a minute, I say, if I talk to you, at least 6 dudes a day should be trying to holler at you. Like, you shouldn't accept, but at least 6 guys a day should holler at you. So, like, it'll be a situation, she'll come through. This back in the day, we used to get phone numbers on pieces of paper. You know what I'm saying? When niggas only have free nights and weekends. You know what I mean? And they'll be like, they'll pull out numbers out their purse, and I just be playing the game or whatever. And they're like, you don't even care. I'm like, I don't care about the numbers you showed me. I care about the one you kept. So my whole thing is, if you accuse me of cheating while I'm minding my business, I can only assume that you have a guilty conscience because you dipping, but I'm Mario Winans in this motherfucker. So I don't want to know, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna assume you are, and he's not as good as me, or you'll be gone already. So I'm gonna try to snatch a girl like a Alicia Keys lookalike. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna work it out.
All right. I like it. Anybody not going on this topic yet?
Men can't cheat, so therefore
I just want to
All
I
chime
right.
gotta
in.
hear this. I
Look.
gotta hear this explanation, bro.
I just
Well,
want to chime in
I
and
mean,
say
it's simple.
that
It's biological. Men want variety. They want to cast their net wide and far, so they can't cheat. And if women think that men can cheat, then you've been bamboozled. Somebody's lied to you. That's not how it works. Now, if he wants to take care of a family across town, then yeah, I would consider that to be cheating, sure.
Yeah.
But him actually having sex with multiple women, well, that
You know who-
biologically, there's a reason
you
why
know who-
sperm regenerates. There's
You
a
know
reason
who
why you
understands
lose
that real
ovaries
well?
and men have sperm that regenerates every 70 solar days.
Yeah.
I don't think men can get caught cheating because they can't cheat.
You know who I've learned understands that or understands things in that exact way? Some of the, I won't even say just Hispanic, South American women. So I when I was first started teaching college, I was teaching nights and I was on campus teaching. And all my students were damn near Hispanic girls. And we would have breaks. Like, I would let class out for a break. And they would like be talking, and sometimes they stay in the class talking. You know how they do relationships and what's going on. And there would be all age ranges. So, from 19 to 40 something. They would always try to go to that woman that was older and just talk about her relationships. And she was married with children and she just now coming back to school for nursing or whatever. And the lady would be like, he cheated. Like, and she's like, you want a man that doesn't cheat? I still remember this. She was like, I guess you don't want a man then. Like, they were very like, I used to just
Damn.
kind of look up like, damn, like what? And
Wow.
she was
Listen.
basically saying a man got a job, and they said this is how she does with her man. She said, this is your house. This is where you sleep, where your provision belongs. I don't have a problem. And she basically said throughout history, this is what she's done. So I guess she's dealt with the situation before. I feel cheated once those things start going away from me and your children. You start giving our money away to some duck-headed, swamp-headed woman. Now you cheating on me. You start taking your attention. You smashing a woman while you're supposed to be at your some baseball game. Now you cheat. She basically broke it down to the women like, this is me in the corner. Like, God damn, that was cold. She said, anything else, he's just a man.
Oh my God.
He said,
Yeah,
that ain't got nothing to do with her.
I got a friend that's Costa Rican, and she'll say it quickly. She'll tell you, she'll like, listen, men are gonna be men. She'll tell you that in a heartbeat. She'll be like, men are gonna be men. He's gonna do what he's gonna do. If you sit here and worry about who he's having sex with, she'll tell you, she'll like, you'll go crazy. She goes, is he spending money on other women? She always asks that. She's like, are you spending money on other women? And if I go, nah, I ain't spending no money on, she goes, then you good then. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Crazy that is, right? And this happened in Detroit. This wasn't even in South America. And I got an older sister, but we don't get along because we got different dads. But that's not the point. So I take my girlfriend to Detroit for Thanksgiving at my sister's house. And me and my sister don't get along. I never thought she'd say anything nice about me, but and she didn't still. But she take my girl to the side, and she said, my girl said, yo, I think your brother cheat. I wasn't even cheating. That's the crazy part. But she's like, man, I think your brother cheat. Because I'm popular and I'm always out and about, but I'm not cheating. I got coochie at home. It's custom fitted. I've been with it for a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, don't worry about that. She said her husband was rich, 8-figure dude. She said, man, a girl called my house. I gotta use the voice.
A girl called my house the other day talking about woman to woman. I want to tell you, I told her, I said, you didn't ask for my permission to sleep with my husband. Don't tell me that he cheating on me. Because I'll be damned if you leave here and kick me out my house so you can sleep on my 1,000 thread sheets.
She told my girl, she said, man, my little brother, he wild, but he gonna take care of you. If he brought you around family, he gonna take care of you. Like, man, just chill. You'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't listen though. But because she wanted a ring. There's some fascination with girls locking down the ring. I'm like, shorty, I'll marry you eventually. Chill. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna get married forever, then you can sit your ass down forever. Like, it don't change the dynamic. But you know.
Let me say this real quick to you dudes though. A lot of these guys out here, you guys gonna cheat properly. If you're gonna cheat in air quotes, do it the right way. Your girl is not supposed to find out, and keep your hoes in control, bruh. Like a lot of y'all, man, y'all are so sloppy, bruh. Y'all are so sloppy, bruh. So sloppy.
I am not gonna take that. Let me tell you something. And this is when I was single. This is what girls do. Girls have a design to try to get men caught up. Look, a girl came to my house and left her panties under my fitted sheet. Under the fitted sheet. I was doing laundry.
Why are you not doing a sweep of your home when she leaves? I do a sweep of my home every time
I was living single.
You
like
up under the covers.
You
up under the covers.
No, this is what I'm saying. No, this is what I'm saying. I had girls leave an earring in the refrigerator. I have seen. Look, bro, I'm dead ass, bro. Lipstick for having a little pocket in the passenger seat of your car, like she just leaned over to put it. Girls set you up. They like the feds, nigga. So you have to. You be like, oh, you be more careful.
Hey, quick question, dirty folks. If the feds came in your house,
in the
would you
refrigerator,
not sweep your house for bugs to see if they left anything in there?
Yes.
In the refrigerator.
Okay, all right then. Stop
But hold
being
on.
sloppy.
If I had a girl and my girl went to the freezer before I went to the freezer to get some ice, you know what I'm saying? Then she's like, what's this? I'm like, I don't know how earring got in the freezer, like under the ice tray. Like, I don't know.
Listen,
under the ice tray.
I will send that text message. I will tell a girl, I'll say, listen, that earring that you left in the fridge, I found it, by the way, just so you know. Because I do a sweep.
I think we're losing this battle all the way around the board. There are men out here putting in the work, doing all that faithful shit and getting crushed. Then there's us men out here doing what we do, right? And we still getting shamed. But we're poor negotiators, right? Women have set the table, they're setting the standards. And because nigga want a piece of ass and try to, get in the way he fit in, he takes a deal, right? He's like, okay, you know what? I'll make the deal. And then at the end of the day, once again, it's how she feels. So it really doesn't matter if you're that dude or not, right? If she feels that you're a certain type of dude or a certain type of way, even though she was with you anyway, you're already behind the 8-ball. So therefore, we as men, we need to negotiate better deals. Like, because we're going into this monogamous, we're extending that monogamy right off the top. We don't even negotiate. Hey, boom, I'm that dude. And then knowing
I like that.
I agree with you.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
I don't either.
By nature, we like more than one woman. It's just our cup of tea. Not every man, but most men, right? We like to have a little extra, but we are afraid for some reason or another. I wouldn't say afraid, but maybe very timid about negotiating this deal with the woman before we get into any type of contract with her. And this is where we're getting in trouble, because once we get into that contract, we try to psych ourselves out saying, yeah, I can do this. But then when we can't do it, it's like we fucked up. Now she's going to hold us feet to the fire. Then she's going to pretty much destroy the relationship. And we're going to be, the evil dude. So bottom line is, and I'm going to let us play. Bottom line is, until we be able to negotiate better and say, look, this is what it is. This is what I'm capable of doing. I'm not doing no guarantees. If you rock with me, then you rock with me. If you don't,
I'm rolling with you because y'all get your relationship standards from women, from mom, grandma, stuff like that. I did not. So I never gave it. My whole thing was I grew up and my parents were married. As a matter of fact, I'm the only man in my family since 1890 not to be married because these whores are horrible. But the mitigating thing is, my whole thing was I need to find a girl that's not like my mother. I love my mother, but my mother is my father's baby mama. It's not for me. You know what I'm saying? And just to realize, like, all these girls act like my mama in a different tone, because culture is culture, right? I had a girl sit me down when I was 18 years old, my sister's oldest friend, my play sister. And she said, man, bro, you're not doing nothing. She said, you got girls coming in the front door, out the back door. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing till all your girls know about all your other girls and they can coexist. I'm 18 years old. I was like, shorty, hold my beer. So my whole thing, and that goes back to, if you accuse me of cheating, I'll find Alicia Keys, because I know that women need to compete for me to be happy. Because if they're not competing for me, they're competing with me. They really want to be sister wives, but y'all scared. You know what I'm saying? So, I just run my race. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I had similar education. After a short stint, as a young man, just lying to these hoes. You talking to such and such? No, I ain't talking to her. After a short, bit with that behavior, one of my OG frat brothers was like basically said it how y'all said it. I don't know why you lying to these hoes, bro. Tell them what the hell you doing. They gonna fuck with you anyway. I did not like it was only because he was who he was. You saw how he was living. Right? Some dudes be saying, "Bull." I was like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." Till this day.
And on top, just
Still,
so
I
you
still preach that to young dudes. Like, go right up to shorty and be like, "I'm gonna give you the choice. I don't want to take the choice away from you. That's dishonest.
to your
I love you. I'm gonna keep fucking with you. Shit, you can live. You can move in. You the one. You actually made. But I'm gonna be fucking. I'm gonna be over here with her every once in a while and give her the choice, bro. Give it a week. She's gonna be calling you back like, well, I guess I just really nothing wrong with that.
Second thoughts. Second thoughts. It's the prime because the primary instinct is I'm not tolerating this, and then what you talking about when she come back around, those are second thoughts.
Now,
The real considerations about that.
Y'all tripping. I'm gonna keep lying. I'm not telling the truth. I'm gonna tell them exactly what they want to hear. I'm gonna tell them exactly what make them feel good. Because at the first time I tell them the truth, I'm gonna come outside. My windows are busted. My tires are flat. Because I want to be honest. I'm not doing an honesty thing.
Okay,
I'm gonna lie to her.
Serious.
I'm with Trey.
They find out the truth because listen, women are better at sabotaging you than you are at hiding stuff from them. So it's not, that's why I say it's equal. Like Mr. Rich said, no, dudes are dumb. I say dudes, yes, there are dumb dudes out there, but I think women and their espionage tactics are literally what get dudes caught up most of the time. They want to be your girl, they know you have a girl, or they find out you have a girl. Therefore, they're trying to do stuff to ruin your relationship. That's
but here's this. But look at this last point. I'm like this last point. At the end of the day, right? It doesn't really matter. These women are leaving for less than that nowadays.
Right.
So you know what I mean? I'm not saying to go out and cheat on your wife and go out whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, these women are going out the door just because they feel like they can get better, or they feel like they don't feel a certain way no more, right? They're going on their emotions, their emotional roller coaster, and they're filing for divorces because of several different reasons. So I'm just saying, us men, we just need to be better at negotiating so that we can be happy too. Shit.
Yeah, that comes up front though. Like, so how I got the girl that I'm with now, she actually came for me, right? I'm looking for women to date or be with or whatever until I'm smashing this one, and this one. All of a sudden, this young thing hits me up, says, "Hey, come say hi. We talk, this and that." Now, in the context of me being in the community, we're both really open about, who we're seeing and who we have saw. We wanted to try something out. And now that we're open and honest, we've been, dealing with each other for about 3 months now. And it just feels a lot better that I don't have to hide anything from her. She happens to be bisexual. So that means she comes with options, right? She's in the girls, I'm in the girls. So if anything happens in that direction, we talk about it and then we can get into it. She understands that, hey, you're a man. I know that you're just going to do these other chicks. Just let me know about it so I know who it is. So I'm not, the last one to know. And I can just keep it open like that. Yeah.
Let her know. You mean keep tabs? Like
I'm here to help.
No. So in this context, it's not a marriage. It's just a relationship, right?
I got that.
But it's open on.
This is free game. Listen. Her entire job is to play human resources. You point them out, she go get them. Don't holler at nobody. That's her job. Don't do her job. She'll bring back a badder chick that you'll get for yourself. I promise to God, bro. I play these games.
That's true.
Because I gotta go real quick. In the chat talking about, man, my stories be capped. Let me explain something to y'all. So once upon a time, I was a hoe for a long time, right? I was one of the greats. And my little cousin was like, yo, how are you busting girls down in 30 minutes? I said, man, my game the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I got a routine. So I was like, I'm gonna write a couple of notes for you. So in the course of me writing notes for him, I'm going through life. I done dipped out to Waterloo, Iowa. He got locked up. So I'm writing these notes for him. I said, and I just started publishing books. I had just started at the time. So I said, man, I'm gonna make it a book so I can send it to him in jail. Right? That book is Hottest screw in 72. The men's guide to getting sex in 3 days or less. Bro, this is years. Did a whole press pour on it. Everybody know me from being the dude that's about to fight Steve Harvey and Corey Brooks' church because he got my press release took down, and me and Steve was gonna get at it. Like, bro, I'm true to this. I'm like, yo, I am a book writer, but I'm also a gangster. I will fuck you up, Steve. Anyway, so we going through all this, and I'm telling you, dog, that first of all, acquiring sex is a lot easier than acquiring a relationship.
Yeah.
Right? Very much so, right? Running a business is a lot harder than faking a business for a PPP loan, right? It's just certain things in life. What you are in right now, sir, you are in a situation with a bisexual girl. Every bisexual girl I know brought a girl bad into her to the table, like, I just want to do something before do something. Bro, do not jag off your lick doing your own leg work. Let her work. You go on Facebook, bro. Go on Facebook and just start pointing at girls and tell her to inbox them. I promise you, your life will be so much simpler. You won't have no arguments or nothing. Because if she catch feelings, first thing I play a game called Catch It. Let me explain to you how Catch It works. I'm with a girl, and I tell her, I'm like, look, I ain't wearing no rubber with y'all. So, but you the only one that can catch this juice. So when I'm hitting your girl, I'm gonna be courteous enough to tell you when I'm coming. You got to catch it. I don't care if you got
that ain't the only thing you gonna catch, nasty motherfucker.
Hey man, look,
Man,
what is wrong with you?
now we know why his name is Dirty Folk.
Dirty folks.
Right.
But no. I like where I like where he's going. At least you talk about keeping it real though. That's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at. No secrets, no nothing.
He get HIV.
Hey man,
He
look.
put a condom on.
Hey, Trigger.
Catch
I also want to say, I want to say this to Trey. Trey, you said you're gonna keep lying, man. If you keep lying, you might not wake up to see your tire get flat. Do you know that? You might be dead. Your brain
You
might be
think
on
the
your
same
bed
thing will
busted.
happen if you tell the truth. I'm lying, bro. You can't change my mind.
Listen,
you might as well move on.
it is
Move
better.
on, bro.
Nah,
I'm
it is
lying.
better because I have.
I'm
Listen, look,
lying.
Trey, I'm
telling
lying
her
too.
whatever she want to hear, bro. Whatever
Lying
she
like a
want to hear,
motherfucker.
that's what I'm
it
going to
is
tell her.
better. It is better to be upfront. It is better to be
I don't
upfront
know.
than to keep
Says
lying.
who?
It's so much better
Because
to be
Says
Trigger,
upfront.
Trigger,
who?
I will say this.
Says
Trigger, I will
who?
say this. Trigger
Boy,
Mike,
I'ma lie
Trigger
to
Mike,
the
I'll say
end.
this. If a guy
Man, y'all love telling
if a
dudes
guy
what they
lied
should
to a
do.
girl,
It's weird.
if a guy lied to a girl, listen, if a guy lied to a girl and bring the girl to his house, he's done.
Humble, you
If
tell
a
her the
guy
truth.
I
lied,
can
Then.
bring
That's
her
what
if
I'm
a
wherever
gonna
I
do,
guy
want.
humble.
lied to a
You
girl
tell her the
and
truth.
bring the
That's what I'm
girl
gonna do,
to
humble.
his
I'm
house,
gonna lie
he's
to
a
her.
dumb.
Yeah.
He
No,
because that guy's how you gonna bring somebody?
women who are hurting because of what you've done to them can do crazy stuff to your life, your job, your house, your car. When a woman is scorned, when a woman is scorned because of what you did to her or what you said to her that led her on to make you think that she's someone special when she ain't. A woman
Yeah,
can go
yeah.
psycho. When you up front, when
Trey,
you're 100, when you keep it 100, when you keep it 100, you're both on the same page. A relationship lasts a lot longer and it's a lot better. Even the breakup can be more
If it's
mutual
gonna be,
and more respectful.
if it's gonna be friends with benefits, if it's gonna be friends with benefits, let them know. If it's gonna
You
be
know the
friends with
problem
benefits,
is
just
the
let
problem
them
is
know
that
up
you guys
front.
care too much about her feelings. I don't care anything about her feelings. I'm going to lie to her because I don't give a damn what she feels or her emotions. I'm not trying to know these chicks. Y'all out here trying to wife everything that you see. I don't care. I live a life of
everything.
abundance. She will be replaced. And I'm right now, I'm a lie. I'm gonna tell her everything I need to tell her to get what I want from her. And then when I get what I want from her, I'm moving on to the next one.
Are you gonna take her to your house? Are you gonna take her to your house?
Hold on.
I'll take her wherever I want to take her.
That makes us look weak.
Wherever the
Are
fuck
you
he
gonna
want to
take her
take
to
her.
your house?
But you intimidated of
I'll
her?
take her wherever I want to take her. It could be my house. It could be her house. It could be Saint Tropez. It could be anywhere.
Right. Are you intimidated of her? Are you timid to tell the truth? Were you scared of her? Like,
Yeah.
Why you got
how
to
make
be?
us look though?
Here we go. Yes.
Hey, Trey, how old you is?
I'm
I'm a
terrified.
lot of kids.
Trey going with the
I'm
high success
terrified to
rate.
tell her the truth.
So I ain't gonna lie, what
Shaking
y'all
over
saying
here.
don't sound like it's a high success rate. I don't really believe y'all. I think Trey make more sense.
The
Thank
lie
I'm the
you.
only one. DMT the
The
only
lie,
one
yeah,
being
yeah.
honest.
The
I'm
lie,
the only
lying,
one being
lying to
honest,
women
DMT.
never gets you any bonus points, and it never makes you a winner. I mean,
Who
who
wants
comes out
bonus
on top
points?
when you
I
Who
want to
want
lie?
bonus
smash,
It
man.
points?
depends
When
on
you
your
lying,
Right.
like
I
what
just
kind of
want to
success
smash.
rate do you have
Let me
when you
get this
lie
super
to every
chat
woman
read.
that you mess with?
100%.
Let me get this super chat read.
100.
Y'all
I
wildin'.
ain't missed
crazy.
that.
Wow,
All right, let me
man.
get
Yeah, I
this
don't
super
buy
chat
that.
read. Rose says $5. A woman leaves something in my house, it goes to the trash with no warning. Don't leave nothing in my house. If you don't live in my house, single or not, bro, they gonna do it. When y'all told the story, it took me into a flashback where a woman left something in my house, but she wasn't even there for me. Like and it's my wife that found it. She wasn't my wife at the time. She was my girlfriend. But I literally was like, listen, there's no way. There's no way. And I'm like, it was here. I was like, I don't know. You like you know when you honestly don't know something and you don't want to answer the question. And then she was like, it was that chick or whatever. And she was a hometown friend of my homeboy that came to visit for Martin Luther King Day. But then that same girl she was talking about was texting me on the regular trying to see, if I wanted to go out. And, I was like, yeah, I got a girl, but yeah, when my boy come back down, we can go. I had no idea she was trying to get it. She left that shit in my house. Boy, they scandalous. They will leave something, bro. I tell you. So I never know. You learn these things by mistake, but that's what the women want. They want you to get caught up. They want your relationship to end so they can have their way.
That's how they
Damn,
shoot their
are
shot,
they
isn't
low
it?
key are they low key demons at this point? I just feel
Low
like
key. What?
Low key. Isn't that how they shoot their shot?
Low
Breaking up a
key.
and you don't
relationship
care
in
about
order to
y'all talk
ignore the
all this
cheat?
shit about sisterhood and all this shit. You don't care that you might be ruining another woman's relationship? Nah, you don't care. All right, let's get this next question.
You gonna get your head blown. They're gonna shoot your head. They're gonna kill you. Some people can. Well,
Indeed. Humble, get this question first. Do people secretly tell on themselves why they are cheating? You go.
I say yes. Sometimes we're dumb. Sometimes we don't even know when we leak the secret out. Sometimes we don't. We think we're smart. I'll say this. My dad told me this. Said, if you lie one lie, you're gonna have to lie 1,000,000 lies to cover that one lie. If you lie right now, you lie you have a Lamborghini, guess what? You're gonna keep lying and you're gonna keep moving like you have a Lamborghini, even if you're broke or not. So I believe that, man. A lot of people, if you keep lying, man, it's on you, not on me. I tell the truth so I can leave to see the next day.
Yep.
Scared out here.
So you weren't lying. They do leave things. I'm still trying to. I think it's either one out of two girls left this in my room. I'm still trying to find out what's what. But yeah, they do tend to leave clothes in behind.
Was those socks, DMT?
I got a whole lost and found over here. I'm still trying to figure out.
Nah, it's just the top, and it's like
What's the
and it's,
weirdest thing the girls ever left in your
like
crib?
maybe
That's
these. I
funny.
don't know.
Like I've had a lot of small items, earrings, lipstick. The
Nah,
weirdest
I've
thing.
had
test.
underwear. I've had underwear.
I had a chick leave a
before.
pregnancy test in my house.
I
Damn,
got
sure.
a pregnancy story. But the weirdest thing that girl ever left, it wasn't even in my house. It was in my car. She left one boot. I'm like, how the fuck you leave one boot?
What's them pads they put in their bra sometimes?
I know you're talking about the little Kim
Pads.
Jones.
I know what you're talking about, DMT.
Yeah, she left some of them in the behind my
Them
pillow.
should be falling out. Yeah. It's a nipple pad. I think it's so their nipples don't come.
That's what it is.
Yeah, them shits just collect. After a while, you literally like, what is this? I'm like, what is this? Yeah, so I had a few of those too. Now that I think about it. Damn, I'm trying to think. What's the weirdest shit somebody left in my crib other than some underwear?
A chick left some gold earrings in my car. My wife.
Now, I'm trying to think of what that girl left
Outside
in my bathroom, and she did it strategically. She left it behind a candle, bro. So I'm gonna ask my wife when she get here. What was that shit she
What was
left
that, like a
behind?
1969 Ford Chevelle there, Rich? What kind of
Listen, no.
I think women will only leave something if they know they're coming back or they plan on coming back. I think that's a telltale sign.
I don't believe that.
They plan on coming back.
I believe they just want to mess up your life.
Right.
Yeah,
because it's not even marking territory because it's not your stuff. This is my stuff. So it's not even marking a territory. It's I want to see if I can create chaos. Because girls love chaos, right?
No,
Girls love
I gotta agree with Trey. I think they leave it so they can see if you having sex with another female.
no,
Excuse
but
me
that's for
from
the
that.
They
next
know
girl to
you
see.
having if you a
Excuse me
desirable man,
from
they
that.
know you having.
Yeah,
I agree with
that's
dirty folks. Girls
No, they
like
don't,
I
because
think
I'm lying to him.
so
Trigger,
this is
she's the
the
only
part where we
one.
get messed up. This is why I agree with dirty folks.
Oh, that was dirty
I've made
folks
the
or Trey?
mistake in my past of whenever I'm thinking logically and I'm talking logically, and then I realize we transition the conversation over to women. We are talking as if they are as logical as we are. Then when dirty folks says something like women love chaos, it will just throw me into a highlight reel of every moment in my life where I realize a woman is exactly where she want to be once she caused some shit to go down. That's like her shining glory moment. Everything she wanted to say in that moment is perfectly scripted for her to blurt out. They love chaos, bro.
Well, they love the chaos before the fight promotion because they are great fight. They don't even give you no money, bro. You don't get no person nothing. The weirdest thing about women is because women can't love. It's not really mandatory for women to love you. It's men love your wife, women respect your husband, but they disrespectful too, so they violate that. But what they will do is they will get every man who loves them dead or in jail. Because when she's mad at her husband, she's going to get a brother or a dad to have a Mexican shootout. You know what I'm saying? She manipulates men's love for her chaos because she loves chaos. You know what I'm saying? I have never told on myself if I cheated. I have never told on myself to a girl. I've told on myself before to guys who tested me and it was like, "Oh, you slept with Shorty." I sleep with Shorty. Like, you did. I was like, "Yeah, I slept." But then I learned from that, like, yo, don't say nothing. Like, whatever person say, just bob and weave. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't say nothing. You ain't gotta lie, nothing. Just don't talk. Like, you gonna believe what you want to believe, dog. Just that's my story now. Like, you gonna believe what you want to believe.
Trigger all them DVs I used to work. It was always because these dudes was sloppy, and the girl would catch him, and then she started throwing hands, and then we got called in because she in there beating his ass. Right? These dudes are sloppy. Yes, they telling themselves they sloppy. I've never seen more men be sloppy about their cheating, which is interesting because it's not that hard. Like, it's really not that hard to cover your tracks and cover your traces, and sort of set this storyline up to where you can't get caught. So these guys who get caught, I never understand it. I don't know if you're just stupid or you're lazy. I can't figure it out.
I agree with that because in my my younger days, my heyday or whatever, you doing some dirt, you cover your tracks, you delete every synced piece of anything. That's why I said even when a dude does that, some kind of serendipitous moment that ladies start acting up. Then you like, this shit ain't no goddamn coincidence. What the fuck you trying to cause trouble in here? So the funny thing is that I've seen one dude say that he knows how to blow that whole situation up. If you're a dude that's gonna act caught, you're gonna be caught. Those are the dudes that be like, die with the lie, where you see that woman approaching while you with your girl because she followed you or whatever. He said, dog, I had a friend that say he blew up on that woman, like literally before she could approach, was like, the fuck you following me for? It's that crazy bitch I was telling you about. I was like, damn, that dude is skilled.
That's
but he's like, you died with the lie, bro. She gonna say anything at this point. This fucking stalker. I was like, oh shit.
I just want to say one last thing, then I got to get out of here. I want to say, Trey, you're right. Men are sloppy, but women are even sloppier. Women are horrible cheaters. Men just don't want to pay another man's coochie bill, so we make them better.
Ooh.
We send like weird texts that's like ambiguous. We only call when you at work. We set up schedules so she can keep her routine. Men make women great cheaters because men not gonna take this cheating girl into his house. Women want you to get caught. So it's you being sloppy plus her wanting you get caught. Flip side, you don't want her to get caught because you enjoy not being able to go in public with her. Yep. I ain't got to spend nothing. I can't even take you to Hooters because your boyfriend go here. Bet. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. But women cheat way more than men. Number one, they have more access. It's kind of like the child molestation thing. Women are worse than that because more access. If you have more access to something, you'll be a greater amount of it. Secondly, men help women cheat. Thirdly, women, nobody gonna turn down a girl. There's a lot of girls that look like Magilla Gorilla that I'd be like, how did you get 2 kids? 2 people hit you wrong? Like, people not turning down, you know what I'm saying? So there's
dudes will hit anything. I saw a dude that got a woman
they
pregnant.
will.
She ain't had no legs. And she
Bro,
was pregnant.
I
Dudes will hit
No
anything.
knees? You said no
Yeah,
knees?
like
She have no what?
she has no like leg, like she has just thighs. And she has 2 kids.
that's what I want.
Dudes will hit
Bro,
anything.
you can spin all around on you like a top. I want that. And hook me up.
They'll hit anything, bro. Anything.
No knees, no.
Hey,
I'm not trying to get that visual, bro. I'm trying.
No.
If she
Damn,
paraplegic
no.
or something, you like
You
That's
guys
crazy.
are no good, man.
that's a real carousel.
So I got to pick my car up. It's at the shop, so I got to get out of here. But y'all be good, man. I'll catch y'all tomorrow with another one. This is a great episode.
Peace.
All right.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through to the Trigger Mike Show. Make sure you drop and hit that like button right now. Hit that like button for your boy. 132 people in here right now. So all of you have not hit the like. If you have not, get those likes up to 190 right now. If you could, thank y'all for coming through. So it is decided. I'm sorry, ladies, you do cheat more. The one thing that I did know is that no woman would come up here to defend your position, which tells us, and which I can confirm, y'all do cheat more because y'all weren't going to come up here and be real. All the dudes did, I asked very specific questions to say, this is what's going on. I let men be candid about the things that they do. If they've ever cheated before, the one thing I knew today is that a woman would not come up and talk about it because y'all think omission. It says more, okay? Just because y'all didn't come up here and talk, that was very loud. We saw you in the chat. We knew you were available. So, yes, you know y'all cheat more. We know y'all cheat more simply because of access and that men are better side pieces. All right, y'all, appreciate y'all for coming through. What is today? Monday. Tomorrow we got King Talk. We'll be back again tomorrow with another episode of the Trigger Mike Show. I'm out, y'all. Be easy.